got my dagger ready.
Turns out,
This
Do
light
you?
makes me look very washed out.
Ilyuvanya is
There
gonna
we go.
give Kieran a new message to just slaughter everyone he meets.
Hey, we're live.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
Who we were for.
Oh, crap,
Hey,
we got-
everybody.
Hey, look, it's us.
Oh, it's
everybody
never-
first.
It's always the same.
Hey.
Thanks for letting us know, everybody. Welcome to Advantage in Paradise. You got a glimpse into how we act before we come live. Okay, so a few announcements for tonight. Welcome, everyone. As always, our audio, as you can lovely enough hear the night around you, is provided by a combination of tabletop audio, Sirenscape, and licensed music from the service Soundstripe. A few other announcements. I'll probably announce this again at some point tonight as we get more people into the chat. But at some point tonight, probably about halfway through the show, we are going to be doing a giveaway for a copy of the digital quarterly for. Well, let me get all the details for you. Make sure I get it all right. So the digital quarterly catalog for the Underground Oracle, which is 69 pages containing 11 archetypes. I knew Stefan was going to say that. Containing 11 archetypes, as well as a huge amount, tons of fun options for DM to use in their games, a bunch of excellent, well-written content for 5e. It's going to be, I think it's a $16 value, $15.99 value. So we'll be giving that away about halfway through the show to a random viewer in the audience. And yeah, our first giveaway. So that's pretty exciting. So look out for that. Stick around with us for that. Stick around at least to halfway to the show to get your giveaway prize. And before we get into anything else, I'm going to turn it over to Shannon for her.
Whoa.
Oh no. I'm still a little sick.
Sean, you want
Oh, blame it on
get
that.
opinions on women there, Sean?
No, for her social media shoutouts.
You'll never work again. Not in this town.
Okay.
Not in this town.
So, social media shout outs, my favorite thing to do. I've got 3 awesome accounts to shout out tonight. The first is at Hellforge Props. They are amazing supporters on Twitter, and they make pretty cool tabletop accessories. So definitely check them out. Next, I would like to shout out at Lionhead_gaming. Lionhead Gaming. I know Sean popped into the end of their session last night, and it looked really awesome. So
Very cool stuff.
yeah. So thank you guys for being awesome and being so supportive. We love you. And the last account I would like to shout out is at Volinar Workshop, and I just bought a brand new dice tray from them, and I am obsessed. It has custom etching on it, and it says the Crimson Court does not forgive. And this is what it looks like on the inside. And I'm using it for the first time tonight, and I can't wait. So thank you, Volinar Workshop, for this beautiful piece of art. I hope it brings nothing but nat 20s. And that's it.
All right, excellent. All right. So we should just jump right into it. We've got. Now we'll just sit here and hang out for a little while.
That's what I thought. Just stare at each other in silence.
All right. Excellent social media shout-outs. Remember, everyone, stick around for the halfway point for the giveaway. But let's just jump right into it. All right. Take a sip of water.
Narrate everything you do.
I place it down.
A few things.
Then I
move a few
rumble
things
around.
behind my DM screen.
Blink.
Blink.
Blink a little bit.
Blink.
And begin. Last we met, the heroes of Magonset had found General Kinsley heavily injured during the bandit attack on the hill town of Magonset. They had successfully fought off the bandits, but had discovered that they had planned to steal the Archduke Orland's mask from the general and had succeeded. Exhausted from the battle, you brought Kinsley back to safety to the Lord's Manor. Some of you at that point retired for the evening, while others maybe took a stolid walk around, checking in on the guards and the injured. Others took an invisible walk around, harassing Captain Valen. But all of you eventually found somewhat restless sleep, for the night often awoke you occasionally with the cries of the injured, the shouts of some anxious guard, or the collapse of infrastructure. But eventually you all found your rest. The following day, you each tensely went about your business as you awaited for Timber to return. You spoke briefly about what exactly you should do next, but you eventually holed up in the Lord's Manor, studying or tending to your wounds, all awaiting Timber to arrive. Once unified, you wasted no time in speaking with Kinsley about the attack. Now you decided not to all bombard into his quarters. Timber insisted that it would be him, and he only allowed Cal to come with him. When Cal and Timber spoke with the general, there you discovered the general's plan to evacuate Magonset entirely, and to bring the villagers off to a reinforced castle known as Driftmarch to the north. He was going to be doing this in the next few days. He wasn't going to. He was waiting for the Oxlin regiment to arrive to help bring the villagers north to Driftmarch. A small retainer would stay in Magonset to protect any property, but also to maintain a presence in the area. He told you. It was also at this time that Cal discovered, in so many words, that Timber and the general had some sort of arrangement. And while Timber was missing for the last 3 days, he must have been or was working on something for the general. You didn't linger long on that before the general offered you work, with a promise of essentially protection from him once you return. He asked that you rout out these bandits and retrieve the Archdruid Orland's mask back from them, with Timber's intel about their hideout in the barrow to the north. There was promise of reward, though nothing was written in stone, and no terms were exactly negotiated, but reward was promised. And he told you to either return to Magonset or make the arduous journey north to Driftmarch and find him there. After that, you requested that he outfit you with supplies and whatever support he could. He sent you with Valen to the quartermaster, where you negotiated for a few horses, some weaponry, and some potions. The next morning, before the next morning, you all shared a hero's feast that night, as the servants of the Lord's Manor prepared whatever food you wished, brought you whatever libations that you requested. What was Endurin rum and a Campania? That's what it was. Campania, some of the finest Endurin rum that Cal requested. You shared in a fine meal and some fine drinks and merriment before the next day embarking on this journey. The next morning, you found the horses brought to you, along with a lovely pony for our friend Wiswit to ride, who he dutifully named Jasper. The rest of you still need to name your horses as well.
You didn't give me an animal to care about. I appreciate it.
True, I didn't give Timber. You are your own animal. But the three of you each have your own mounts at this point. You rode through the town and exited through the north gate, where Valen, the wood elf captain, joined you on your journey north. You made your way through the countryside of Tressex, noticing a rather lovely peacefulness, as it was one of the first days. The sun was shining high in the sky. Livestock were moving about, notably without farmers tending to them, shepherds tending to them. It was the quiet countryside as you traveled north. Spoke briefly amongst yourselves. These quiet moments in between, few and far. Eventually, you found the farm that had been burned down. And it was here that you slowly approached at night. And you could have easily enough just made camp and waited till the morning, but Timber needed to be secure. Timber, having been here before, scoped out the farm. Through this, you each found 2 bandits who had been established, one hiding in the barn, watching from above, and one sneaking around the farmhouse, attempting potentially to escape to alert someone of your presence. Swiftly, you took each of them down, Timber knocking one out stealthily, and the rest of you capturing the other, and you brought them back to the burnt-out farmhouse for potentially future questioning. Easily enough, you brought them down, and that's where we are. The night is a cacophony of crickets and the light breeze. It's colder than it was, but it's still quite comfortable out. As you all gather in the burnt-out farmhouse, Timber dragging or over his shoulder, bringing the unconscious bandit. The rest of you bringing the very conscious but thoroughly afraid bandit.
Timber would have still kept him in the barn house.
Okay. Keeping them separate. No problem. Are you staying behind then? You and Cal? Because you and Cal are in the barn.
We don't know that they have. We left the session with us
That's true,
not
still in the
knowing that they have the other guy.
Yeah, and I didn't see any magic in the barn, did I?
No, your detect magic went off at the end of the session, and there was no magical effects in the barn.
Cool.
Yeah, so Timber and Cal are at the barn. You would have been able to at least hear that there was a commotion, because Scarlet did run out after to go help support the others. So you know something happened. You're not quite sure what, but currently you're in the barn with the unconscious bandit. The rest of you are gathering around Wiswick as the spell completed in the burnt-out farmhouse with your own bandit who is very much conscious. What would you like to do?
Timber, stay here. I'm gonna go get the others,
Timber.
and I'm gonna
nods.
go out to get the others.
As he does that, Kieran saying to Valen, Scarlet, and I guess Wiswick, who are all at the thing, stay here. I'm gonna go get Timber and Cal. We should talk about this together.
Before he walks out, I want to get behind the bandit and just hold a dagger to their throat. Somebody tied their hands before we started, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, their hands are tied behind their back. You've taken all of their weapons off. You found the goggles of the knight, a hand crossbow, and a hand axe on them. Similar, Cal and Timber, you had found a heavy crossbow on that one, a set of goggles of the knight, and a couple of daggers.
So Cal is going outside.
Mm-hmm. As Kieran, as you leave the burnt-out farmhouse, Valen looks to each of you and just sort of, seeing that you have the situation under control, turns and says, "I'm going to keep a tight patrol around the perimeter, make sure there are no others." And
Just shout cream cheese if anything comes up.
cream cheese.
Trust me, we'll know what to do.
It's a reference for the viewers.
Fair enough. I'll be back. And Valen dashes into the night, vanishes into the woods, becoming somewhat camouflaged naturally as he goes off to patrol. Cal, you start to walk across the farm towards the burnt out farmhouse, and you would notice pretty quickly this is not a massive farm. You would see Kieran. You guys would meet in the middle.
Oh, Q.
Cal, I was just coming to find you. Where's Timber?
Thank the flame. He's inside. We've captured a bandit, and then I walked out here coming to get you and realized that I can't really see at night. So that was rather foolish of me. But I'm glad I found you.
I have a set of goggles of the night.
Do I know what those are yet?
You put them on.
You put them on last session.
Oh, yeah, I did. And I remember hating how they looked, so.
Oh, that's right. You specifically said you put them away because they didn't match your stuff.
No, steampunk? No, thank you.
When he says that,
Anyway,
Kieran
bandits.
reaches out and touches him on the shoulder, conveying Eyes of Night, which gives him the magical benefit of dark vision with no maximum range.
This is lovely.
This
And it
is the
lasts for 10
second time Sean tried to give you an item to see in the dark, and you've rejected it.
What was the first time?
The sword.
I still have it.
Right?
I'm just gonna the entire campaign. Cal's gonna get no magic items except for things that'll help him see in the dark that he doesn't need because a party member can give it to him.
He has a cloak of night vision. Doesn't wear it because it's not a cape.
No, I'm gonna find the nearest eyeglasses emporium and get them to make these into like suitably fashionable glasses instead of fucking goggles.
Like a nice pair of aviators? No. That's
Yeah.
not Cal.
No, aviators would be
Wrap
Cal.
around.
Anyway, it's quite a bright night regardless. There's not a lot of clouds in the sky. The moon is shining bright. The planet Vero in the distance also shedding some reflective light.
Yes, the giant planet
right.
of the my
Something that I keep my bane of
color?
my homebrew
It's
world
like a
is that
full third of the sky is this
Well,
planet.
no. It's not massive.
How far out are we? We're a distant moon?
We're pretty distant, so that
Oh,
it's
okay.
still pretty big because it eclipses the sun for 6 months. But
What does it look like? Could you describe
it's,
it for us?
It's a gas giant, right?
it's a gas giant that has I mean it's really at the end of the day it's essentially Jupiter. It has that orange color of the storms.
It's a big man in the
Ever-
sky that
ever
likes to
going
turn into
storms.
swans and have sex.
But a lot more. You know how the Jupiter has the eye of the storm. It has a lot more of those all over it. But it's
Don't
anyway.
forget about the golden shower.
I guess a real life equivalent. It's like it's like so the moon's pretty small in the sky, but it's like 5 times as large as what the moon would be in our sky.
Of
so
course,
it's
of
pretty
course.
That's pretty big.
That's what she said.
So, Q, we've captured a bandit. I think at least some of us should go in and talk to him.
So that's funny because I spotted a bandit trying to leave the area, and me and Valen tracked her down. He shot her through the leg, and we were able to subdue her before getting away.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe wait, maybe we should
Well-
keep them apart. Hang on.
Yes.
Keep this one out here. I suppose we can start asking questions, right?
Right. Well, Timber would know the most because he had more information about where we're going, but we
Right.
can use what they tell us to corroborate against what he's already found out.
Precisely. So let's I'm gonna go back to Timber. You tell everyone else what the plan is and see what they want to do.
Of course.
And I do that.
Kieran walks back to the farmhouse.
You would immediately see that after you left, Scarlet put a dagger to this this bandit's throat, who's just. They're not like weeping anymore. They're kind of just like resigning themselves to the situation, somewhat staring off in the distance, occasionally looking up to Scarlet.
I don't know if that's completely necessary. We already have them wounded.
No, it's
and they're-
necessary.
All right then. You seem to be the expert on this kind of stuff. I would like a private word with you and Wiswick, however. If we can just come to the door, and then we'll like kind of talk over here in whispers and keep looking back at the person sitting over there, like in Scooby-Doo or something.
Can you tend my leg at least? It hurts
Kieran,
awfully.
Kieran will go and actually, before doing that, he will perform
She's just
a
bleeding
medicine
on her
check to, not using any spells, but medicine check to adjust.
Could I summon Jet
Yeah,
and have him follow Velen on his way out?
definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
He's just gonna keep within 60 feet of Velen.
Okay. Do you want to just give me a perception check for Jet?
Sure. 60 feet because that's where he has blind sight.
Yeah.
It's a 19, but I can roll again with advantage if I'm focusing on hearing.
Yup.
I got another 19, believe it or not. Call it cocked. I don't care. It's double 19s.
Okay. Double
I
Uh,
don't care.
I mean, it
So,
kind of like bounced sideways, but like it was good. It's 19.
it's a good roll nonetheless. So yeah, Jet easily enough can follow Valen. It was a little. I only had to do perception check because Valen is somewhat camouflaged naturally in the. But Jet's easily enough to Jet can keep up with Valen, and will alert you of any tomfoolery. So would you three like to convene off to the side after? Oh, Kieran, what was your medicine check?
13.
Easy enough. It's very they
It's sloppy.
they do scream out when you pull the arrow out, but
Sorry, I'm not quite like her. I didn't mean for that to come out so harsh.
I shove a sock in his mouth.
it's a woman first of all.
How dare you assume gender?
But do you really
Yes,
set up the
yes.
sock in the mouth?
I mean, yeah, I want to stick a sock in there so she
Okay.
doesn't scream out.
She
Something to bite down on.
she already screamed out, so I mean, you stick the sock in her mouth, and she instinctually, kind of like knowing she's captive here, doesn't spit it out immediately. Just has Wiswick's unclean sock.
I don't wear them. I mean, I did.
That's
that
true.
one
Is
time.
it your magic sock?
Yeah, I now put my head in the other sock.
Oh god.
It doesn't work that way.
Does it not?
I'm gonna steal her tongue.
So she keeps the she bites down on the sock as you wrap the wound and keep it from bleeding out. But she is not bleeding anymore, at least bleeding out. So you can step to the side if you want, leave her be, keep an eye on her.
Okay, let's huddle up, gang.
Make
So-
it fast.
Drawing them over to the doorway, but I guess it's burnt out. So drawing them towards the edge, away from the bandit, Kieran whispers to them. So it turns out Cal and Timber also found a bandit over by the barn, and they're going to keep him there and interrogate him. Now we'll interrogate this one, find out what she knows, and then we can corroborate, excuse me,
Yeah, like
our
a
information.
cross-examination.
Exactly. I will say, Kieran looks over at the woman, bound and gagged, and goes, "It appears that this may not be too difficult for us."
She's just kind of like looking over at you all, kind of slowly spitting the sock out.
So, Kieran, before we start, are we gonna use magic to convince her? I mean, I saw you using some coercive spells, and you know I have a few.
Right. Well, I was going to say, rules as written, what do you think works better? A command spell or a suggestion spell?
If you also want to save yourself, we can try fear first.
Of course, Scarlet. Ladies first, as they say.
That works with me.
Not an Alicia, because we view all genders on the same level, so
Are you guys whispering all this, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just casually talking about torturing her as she's listening. Or I guess
Not necessarily
suggesting
torture.
torture.
Yes.
Is that what we're starting with then?
Yeah, might as well.
Great. I will walk back over. I will kneel down in front of her and just look her straight in the eye. Say, Now we have some questions for you, and this would go much better if you would just answer honestly the first time.
What are you going to do to me?
Say that again.
What are you going to do to me?
Isn't
Please,
the
just let me
socks
go.
Nothing. No. Sorry.
She spit the sock.
Not yet.
Oh, okay, she did.
Yeah.
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 I go and pick it up.
I will then take up my post behind her again and just wait. Yeah, right behind her.
All right, so you're standing behind her and pulling the dagger and like kind of putting it to her
Yep.
throat.
Yep.
That's slightly disturbing, just from like a player point of view. Just saying.
I mean, you haven't been party to a lot of tortures, Kieran. But I guess you guys did torture that one assassin in session 2. But
True. Well, Timber did.
okay. So she definitely recoils at the touch of the blades of the neck, and she's just now sort of breathing heavily, like, "What do you want? What do you want? Please, I'll just leave. Just send me away. I'll walk away into the woods. You never see me."
Kieran.
Kieran walks over and like squats down in front of her, kind of like cocking his head, examining her, just doing like a once over. Can I roll like either perception or insight to see how easy an interrogation might go with this one?
You can give me an insight check, yeah.
Oh, 15.
15. Okay. So, kind of in her panic state, it's hard to tell what would work best interrogating her.
Okay.
It's her panic state. I'd say you'd be immediately concerned with the accuracy of the information you get with torture right now, because she seems to be reacting in a way of like, "I'll give you anything. I'll say anything."
Right. So looking her over, giving it a moment to think, Kieran then says, "What were you doing, sneaking around this farmhouse?"
I just, it's they tell us to keep an eye out, and we did. I was just watching.
Who told you to keep an eye out? The cause.
Yeah, she. I mean, no, you didn't hit. Sure enough for her to be coughing. So who do you think the bandit, our captains?
Bandit. So you're a bandit then?
Well, highway robber, brigand, whatever you want to call us. I not long.
So is your hideout
please let me
close
grab-
to here?
Give me a just a general persuasion check.
With advantage since Scarlet's holding a blade to her throat?
No,
Okay.
Aw.
the blade is working against you actually.
Oh.
Damn it! Well, so is my modifier. 14.
It's not all gonna be torture, guys.
Yeah.
Torture doesn't work in real life. Anyway,
that to
so
America.
14.
Because we
Uh,
follow the Geneva Convention.
So yeah, in the Trinwald Valley, you follow the okay, so can you ask the question again?
That's a good question. Oh, so your hideout is close. Where is it?
It's just I thought you we thought you already knew where it is.
Who's we? You know who we are?
You're with the wolf man.
Ah, so they know Timber. How do you know Timber? The wolf man.
We don't know a lot. We just folks go missing. Mutilated bodies. Just let me go. I don't want to die.
You won't die as long as you provide the proper responses. How many of you are there at your hideout?
I don't know.
Rough estimates. It's
We
okay.
could've-
It's okay. I understand.
I don't know. At any given time, I don't know. A dozen? I don't know.
A dozen.
I
You
just
didn't
I just
answer
keep
his
lookout.
first question. Where is your hideout?
We thought you were tracking us.
We wouldn't be asking if we knew where it was.
Give me an intimidation check.
All right, first roll in the new dice tray. Here we go. And what did you say? Intimidation?
Yes, please.
10.
Okay. She, with your question and the dagger kind of being pressed against her neck, she just begins to openly weep. And she's, I don't want to.
Scarlet,
She said,
do you
"Away.
mind
I'll never see me again."
waiting outside for a moment? Give me some
Completely
time.
outside.
Out of sight of this poor, pitiful creature.
Fine. And I'll just I'll take it away. It won't cut anything, but make her think it did. And then I'll just
Yeah.
sulk outside.
Deftly kind of scraped against her collarbone.
Mm.
It doesn't cut, but
As she's walking by, Kieran goes, "Was that really necessary?"
Yes, it was necessary. You kicked me out.
Now, Miss, what's your name?
she immediately, she's still the tears are streaming down her face, and she's immediately confused by the question. My name, Thora. My name is Thora.
Thora. Now, Thora, you don't seem like an inherently evil person, and therefore I don't bear any ill will against you, for I am good.
Just yes, the
Not
scary
at all,
woman's
you
gone.
Kieran.
If you're so good, please just let me go. Let me go.
We can let you go once we get some answers. How many people, bandits, what have you, are at your hideout?
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
See, Scarlet, this is how you deal with people.
I'm
You be
not
nice
in there.
and you get
kicked me out.
advantage.
I'm outside.
I know, I was
Oh,
more
you're talking to the air.
Yes. I guess Wiswick's listening. 18. It's an 18.
I am.
I just imagine Wiswick is just standing across the room, just looking with a puppy dog eyes at the person. Just tell us the answers. I'm sorry, what was it?
18.
Okay, so you see, she looks down and she sort of, and then looks up. It depends. At the barrow or at the camp. At the barrow, only a couple. Whoever's watching. The camp, anywhere between 15, 20, maybe more. Depends who's in, who's out. We don't always have everyone raiding. We've lost a lot. As I suppose you know, in the attacks.
Of course. Now, you said there's the barrow and the camp. Relatively speaking, how are those located to each other?
She kind of looks, kind of sees Scarlet's silhouette in the night, just sort of. I'll tell you if you let me go. If you just let me go right after this, I'll run away. You'll never see me again. I'll tell you where they are. Exactly.
Please. Answer
Wiswick pulls
the
out the
question.
map and shows it to her.
She kind of at first pulls her, forgets her bindings and just looks a couple, maybe a mile or two up into the hills. You find the barrow. Deeper into the hills, maybe half a day's journey deep into the hills. You find the cap. You find our camp.
Is there any routes that'll avoid the barrow?
It'd be much more arduous. You need to traverse the rougher cliff sides. It would take longer, but yes, you could avoid the barrow.
Huron, do you mind?
I kind of like just hold him aside for a second, and then I cast Prestidigitation, and I show an image of the first of the 4 runes that were on the bandit captain's scroll.
Have you ever seen this before? Or anything like it?
She just kind of looks to Huron, kind of as her safety person there. Like, what do you let me go after?
Answer our questions, and then we will let you go.
She looks long at the rune. And after a couple of seconds, I've only seen, I think, something like that once. When I was on watch, and I was resting, and it's on the door. It's one of the runes on the door, the barrow. We don't go in there. They come out. They pay us. And they go back in.
Who's they?
I don't know who they are. I'm just nobody. I don't know who they are, but
Describe them for us.
there's always at least 3 of them. All black. If you see their faces, they've markings on their chins. 3 lines. It's very frightening. They don't speak much. But they gave us gold, jewels, other riches. And then we raid.
That is why you follow them? For their wealth?
That's what I know. I'm just a scout. I just watch. I don't fight. I've never even fired this thing. She looks to the crossbow on the ground.
You meant to earlier. You were raising it.
Only when I saw the bow, it would have. I'll tell you whatever you want. Just please let me go.
Wiswick, can you think of anything else we should ask her?
Maybe. Are there any short people like me in your crew?
There's a few dwarves. No gnomes.
Any of particular renown?
No. We're simple. We're just brigands.
What are their names?
I don't know their names. I don't know anyone. Like I said, I'm nobody. I just watch out.
You are somebody. But I've forgotten your name.
Thora.
Huron?
It's Thora.
Thorax?
Thorax.
Thorax.
Of course. Scarlet.
There's another one of us in the barn. If you
Oh.
Is that
Nothing.
all? Is there more?
This
Should
was
we
such-
look? Are you sure about that?
Yes, we were just we were told to watch for any signs of
Us in particular, or just anyone?
anyone. We found a dead one of them, and we just knew someone had come. We would watch for anyone, and 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 and, and David sent me to go and tell them, and now just send me. I'll go the completely opposite direction. I'll
So you do know some names.
just yes, of course. But Dalen, he's in the barn. He might not have seen you yet.
Well,
Oh,
okay, let's go
you
see
probably
what
saw
Dalen
us.
has to say. Maybe I hope your stories line up.
Please, can I go? Just send me off. I won't stop walking till the morning.
Oh
I'll
no,
stay
your
if you want
fate
to go
is
talk
in
to
your
the other
own
one.
hands at this point, Thorax.
It's Thora. It's Thora.
I'll stay and watch if you want to go talk to the other one.
Oh, please don't.
Sounds
leave
good.
without-
I wouldn't upset her, Thora. And then Kieran gets up and walks out to head to the barn.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Who's with
sit
you?
cross-legged in front of her.
Just with the knife out, just like
Mhm. Just
cleaning
with
your
the knife.
fingernails.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
All she's doing is just like looking up, trying to not make eye contact with you.
I lean over to Kieran and I say, I'm really glad that worked out. I didn't prepare a suggestion today.
Oh, that's good because I'm fearful of the limitations of command, which is a one-word command.
So that was a little bit of time. So Timber and Cal, is there anything you want to do while you have your unconscious bandit?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a. So he's unconscious right now.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
Yeah. So well, when
Okay, I'm gonna-
hold on. When Cal left to go talk to
Oh, that's right.
Kieran,
You have a moment alone with him. Yeah.
yes, Timber would have tied him against or brought him down to the first floor of the barn, and then tied him to the ladder or some sort of pillar.
Yeah, the ladder's
Um,
a good call.
And then
Yeah, it's easy,
cool.
easy enough to tie him up to the ladder.
So I'm gonna come back in, and I'm gonna go. Timber, I think I have a plan, and it's gonna require that you just roll with it. It's not gonna. Don't worry. I don't think I'm gonna have to hurt him or touch him really at all. All I need you to do is walk menacingly back and forth in his blind spots behind him, if possible. And you can improv a little, like you can punctuate with like some motions or some, but don't talk. I have to remember this, and it's gonna take me a while. Okay.
okay.
Excellent. Thank you. So you see Cal start to like jump up and down, like he's a little nervous, and he's like, "All right,
Have you done this before?
what? So, no, never.
Have you done this?
No. But I think I've got a plan, and I'm pretty sure this will work. If you just
Timber kind of smirks.
I've got it. And if it doesn't work, obviously somebody else could try. But I think I've got this. I think I know what I'm doing. So you see Cal jumping up and down, and he's like, you see him like kind of like he's like remembering something, like he's thinking through something.
Yeah.
And then he walks over, and his face has changed, and it's all like drawn in on itself and angry.
Cal's getting in character.
Yeah, pretty much. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Say what again?
So Cal walks over and he sits down. Like, is it? We tied him down sitting, right?
Yes.
He's
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's
I'm gonna sit down
Yeah,
really close to him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shake him awake.
Oh.
Hello there. I have a question for you. Have you ever seen or heard a man beg for death? I mean, really and truly beg to be slaughtered like an animal? I have. I've watched men cut and pulled, rent and drained until there wasn't anything left that one could call human. No spark of intelligence or mirror of a true design. Only the base yearning for deliverance from their own personal hell. But no matter how much they pleaded and how much they gasped their cries into the unforgiving night, death never came for them. Now, you wouldn't know what that's like, but I would. I spent 9 months in the dungeons of King Ayla, and I begged for death at the end. I broke. Of course I did. Everyone breaks. It's only a matter of time. And a matter of how quickly you do and how much is left of you by the end. I still remember the sound. The particular type of scream a man would produce as he lost each part of himself. There was a scream for when he lost his fingers, and a scream for when he lost a foot, a scream for when he lost his eye, and a scream even for when he lost his, and I look suggestively between his legs. I wonder how many different ones we'll hear from you before the end of the evening. Why don't you have a chat with my friend here while I get my things ready, and then I'll come back and you and I will make some music.
I think I've heard that one.
Hey, you didn't even let me roll performance. Come on, give me something.
No, I do want you to roll performance.
With advantage?
Or deception. Because you're fucking lying your ass off.
No, it's performance.
Okay.
It'll be performance. It's a 15.
Okay.
Give it to me for the actual acting.
So yeah, I mean, you almost get a vibe that he's less intimidated and more incredibly freaked out. And just like, I was watching The Dark Knight and now a man is reciting poetry about death and torturing me.
Yep.
So you notice, I mean, I'd say he doesn't say anything in response. He just sort of, he says that again. He says, talk too much.
I smile, just my biggest, most disarming smile, nod my head, and then look up at Timber like, yeah, go ahead. And then I walk to the back behind him, and I start like clanking stuff around. Like I like rattle my sword a little in its sheath, I start moving stuff.
Yeah. He definitely is like shaking his head. He can't turn his head entirely to the ladders. What did you do?
I take the sword out and make sure that it gives a nice shing, like as it
So once Cal goes behind the man, Timber will first of all be still like smirking because of what Cal just said to this man, like not. And Timber will put up one claw down onto his leg and then start cutting a hole where his kneecap will be, and just start slowly putting a nail underneath it.
What are you? What is this? Who are you?
Oh, that's not how this works. You don't get to ask questions.
The question is, who are you?
Give me a intimidation check with advantage.
Guys, don't make
Me
him scream too much. You'll
or
ruin the
Amy?
timeline.
Either individually or one of you with advantage.
I already rolled 12.
So he doesn't cry out in pain. He just continues to be like, and you can tell he's trying not to give you any. He's trying not to like show any weakness, though he's definitely showing some weakness. But he's not answering you.
Have you ever seen your knee without a cap?
Oh, there's a scream for that. Let's see if we can get that before the end of the night.
I'm digging even further.
What do you want to know?
Why are you here?
What does it look like we're watching? We're watching.
For who? For what? And why here?
Give me another intimidation check with advantage.
17.
Okay. So he's sort of like gnawing at his teeth. He's, judging by your fucking claws, watching for you.
Oh, look at that. We're famous. Just out of curiosity, watching for us going where? Where are you from?
This one. Yeah, we saw the bodies.
It could have been any pack of wolves.
That's a good line.
There are wolves in these parts. I say, continually rattling random metal and like sharpening my sword.
You just fucking kill me. So what you did to the bodies.
You see, I know that you're not genuine. I just told you that whole story. We're not stopping till you're genuine about it.
What do you want to know?
Oh, how much do you value your life versus your family's life?
Companions. He means companions, I think.
Oh, family? What do you have? What are you after? What do you want about?
Where are the camps to whom you report, and how many people are at each of them? Or any of them? I don't know that yet.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'd like to so I should have said this before. I'm gonna punctuate that sentence by coming around behind him with my rapier and sticking it like right in front of him into the ground, like right in front of his crotch.
Okay, so give me an intimidation check.
Yeah.
With advantage, because I'm assuming Timber is.
Oh, yeah,
still
my
applying pressure.
nail is still there. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably play. That's a 19.
Okay, so as like, you know, spots of blood start to peek on his kneecap, and he's just like staring into Timber's eyes, confused, and then the rapier comes down and just, I'll tell you where the camps are. They'll know you're coming. No, they already know you're coming.
I lean into if my sword is over his right shoulder, I lean into his left shoulder, like over his left shoulder, and I go, "Oh, don't worry, we're counting on it. Now, how many of them are there?"
Depends. You gotta go into the barrow, or you go into the camp.
Let's say we're going to both.
I know you've been to the barrow. There's only a couple there, watching, like us.
And how many in the camp?
When time in, I'll tell you.
Oh, no, that's not how this works. How about you'll tell us, and then maybe we'll untie you if we like your answers.
He looks to the claws, digging into his knee, and to the sword, and he's like, all right. There's anywhere between 30 and 40 of us at the camp. Much more than you can handle.
Maybe. Interesting.
You untie me now?
Um,
This man stand.
No. Who are these assassins? These black cloaked figures.
Sorry, that's above my pay grade.
How many citizens have you killed inside Magonset?
I've never been to Magonset. I've never killed anyone my whole life.
So, why are you employed by these people?
Pays better than dirt farming.
Does
I
it?
ain't got no family for you to murder in the night.
I rip my sword up very quickly and out of his sight, so he like can't see where it went. I think is all we need now is just the location of that camp.
It's up there, deep in the hillsides, past the barrow. But you're already too late. They'll know you're coming by sunup.
They'll know we're coming by sunup. How will they know that? Is that your normal check-in time?
No, they'll know snow.
That's not really a satisfactory answer. Timber, could you take his boot off, please?
Sure. I take his boot off. I take my nail out.
He sort of like squeals, or not squeals, squirms, trying to kick a little.
As he kicks, with my other hand, I grab his calf and start digging my claws in, and then I start removing the
Fucking beast!
Hey, don't call him a beast. Thank you very much. So, before my companion twists your foot off at the ankle, what do you think, how do you think they would know that we're coming? Is it your check-in time, or do they have another means?
Timber starts putting his or starts inserting his nail into the back of his Achilles tendon.
Oh, jeez.
Give a intimidation check with advantage, Cal.
Okay. 17.
You know the scouts are already on their way.
Excellent. Timber, anything else?
No. Cal,
Yes.
this one is too loyal.
Yeah, we should probably get rid of him, right?
I think it'd be
I'm
best. if you-
like cracking up over the back of like behind him.
I think it'd be best if you walk away.
Oh.
And,
No, I was joking. I lean forward and with the hilt of my sword just punch the guy in the temple to knock him out. Try and knock him out. If you want me to roll for that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Oh, okay. An attack roll is going to be 18.
18. All right, that hits. So now just give me a strength check to see how if you knock him out. splatter it's literally as Cal's the butt, the big shielded butt of his rapier hits him across the face. He's like, wait, and he is unconscious again.
So look, I understand your point, but I don't think we should. I can't in good conscience let us kill a bound prisoner. I say
It's
we
at that
strip
point
him
Kieran
and leave him
walks in.
somewhere deep in the woods.
Or Kieran, you're about to walk in.
Okay.
He's seen our faces.
Look, I
Most
understand.
importantly, yours.
Yes, that's fine. It's if we eliminate his support, he's just one person. He's not gonna. We didn't actually torture him. What, you poked him with your nail a few times? It's not really. I think it's. I understand where you're coming
You're
from.
a target now. If he lives.
So are you. We all are. If we wrap this up before he can get back, we'll have accomplished our mission and maintain security. It'll be fine. I say we strip him and leave him in the woods, bound.
Kieran, you
and-
walk in that line.
At the strip him.
Mhm.
Oh, it seems your questioning has taken a different. And then actually seeing the guy bloodied, and so is one full pant leg just gone, or were you?
No,
doing
there's
it
a little
for-
hole in his knee.
No,
Okay.
you would notice his knee is at this point would be really bloody, soaked through the clothing, and his and the same leg that the boot is off. He just has one bare foot, and a lot of blood coming out of his leg.
By Ilyuvanya, what did you do? Kieran
No,
goes
no.
over to tend to the wound.
Frankly, actually, not much. He's quite all right.
Yeah, it's bleeding a lot, but it's not a like a deep wound.
Well, it's bleeding a lot, but it's not a deep wound. You're
Well, I hit
lucky.
him in I hit him in the face because we were done with him. All I had to do really was, with Timber's excellent help, was just do the monologue from the second act of The Fall of Evie, and it was perfect.
Oh. I'm not
Wiswick,
familiar.
you followed Kieran, right? So you're there too.
I think I don't show my face to the prisoner. Like, I stay behind him. But I was about to say something, and then they went over, so I was like, oh, whatever.
Okay.
No recognition. Fall of Evie. It's a
Well,
relative.
No, I'm not from these parts, remember?
Right. So, sorry. Anyway, point is, we got some information. There's the barrow and then the camp. He said there's 30 to
Right.
40 bandits in the camp.
Oh.
probably
and
a
he
lie.
said, how many? Why did the other one talk?
Yes. So we spoke with her. Her name's Thora. Very scared young woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why she joined with these bandits, but she doesn't seem malicious in intent. She told us about 15 to 20 stationed at the camp with a few guards simply at the barrows, including the assassins that have been orchestrating both the attacks on the Lord and then the attacks on Magonset.
At the barrow or at the camp? Or at both?
At
Barrow.
the barrow.
Okay. So we got the numbers, we got the locations. That's what else we got?
She also provided me with some useful information about their magical defenses.
Oh, really?
Yes, it seems that the runes that I discovered in this parchment
I pull out the parchment.
Mm-hmm.
that I found on the Bandit King, or whatever he is, they have a certain order to them and their corresponding doors. I imagine that if we follow this order, we can sneak into the barrel safely. Safely?
It's at this point that I imagine Timber would see the parchment. I've seen this door with those runes. I can lead us there.
Well, it sounds more convenient than traveling up a mountain, so I think that's probably our next plan of action. Just what do you think we're gonna do with these folks?
Well, we were just debating that. Timber, your suggestion was?
Kick his bucket.
Yes. I felt that was. I didn't feel. It didn't feel right by me. I mean, I understand sometimes some people have to die, but this is a bound prisoner, and we've already defeated him, as it were. So no, not as it were, as it is. So I think my suggestion was if we can handle all of this before they would be able to get back and tell their superiors that we're here, that would be ideal. So I said, keep them bound, take their shoes off and their clothes, and leave them somewhere in the woods, and eventually they'll get out. But it'll take them time.
And
That sounds
maybe
like
near
a
a
more
river.
painful death
Or
than
near-
what Timber was
No,
suggesting.
they'll be fine.
Why do they need to be stripped of their clothes?
It's harder to move around in
I
the
feel like
woods
it's a little
when you
more
don't have.
freeing.
No,
The
I don't.
woman said it was going to be like a day and a half to the bandit camp.
Right. So if we can make sure that they're not going to get up for about 3/4 of a day, that'll put us ahead.
We should not. We should go to the barrow.
Don't you have a sleep spell? Didn't you do that to me once? I think you did that to me once.
Just prepare it today.
Okay. Could you do one of those things where you stand there for 10 minutes weirdly in a circle?
No, not on that one.
I fucking hate magic. Okay, so, yeah, so bind
I
them,
could
take their
scare 'em real
shoes
good.
and stuff, leave their clothes nearby. The point is, I don't know, I read it in a book, that's what you're supposed to do.
Why, Cal?
What kind of books do you
Let's
read?
go.
Why don't you take the clothes
Every book I
and
can read.
disguise yourself as a bandit?
Wait, so do we want, why is Scarlet not here?
As you guys are all talking, the bandit.
I heel kick him in the temple. Knock him out again.
And he is knocked out again.
We probably
Well,
could
now
just left
he's
him
heard
tied up.
everyone's
And...
name except my own, so can we just keep it that way?
I don't think we've used anyone's names.
Oh, actually, you're good, Kieran. Oh shit, I just said it.
All right. So what are you guys doing right now?
Wiswick, his name's Wiswick.
We're continuing
Fuck!
this moral quandary. I'm gonna go get Scarlet.
Okay. So Cal, when you get back, Scarlet, what are you doing right now? When Cal, what does Cal walk in on?
Cal walks in on. I have my dagger in one hand and I've got produce flame up in the other one, just staring at it.
right,
You
so-
just see the woman tied up, sitting on some debris of the house, just like.
So, okay. I'm gonna look at Scarlet, then look at the woman, and then look at Scarlet, and I'm gonna say, didn't know you were busy, sorry. No, well, I will say that, but as a joke. And then I'll
What did they?
so,
what did you find out?
yeah, so we got location of the camp in the barrow, which you already knew, but we got it. He said there's 30 to 40 in the barrow, or in the camp, and a few guards on the barrow.
Hmm.
And we also he told us that they would already know that we're coming. So either they
That's not
already,
good.
I agree. So either they already know that we're here, or they have some method. He said by sundown or sun up, they would know that we're coming. So
So I'm gonna turn back to Thora. How
Mm-hmm.
would they know that we're coming?
No, they won't. They can't.
excuse me, Thora.
Inconsistencies. They don't sit well with me.
Hi.
How do they
I'm,
know that we're coming? I move my flame a little bit closer.
Excuse me, Miss Scarlet, if I may. Hi, Thora, was it? Hello. I have a question for you. When does your shift change?
You see her eyes open, and she looks at you. I forgot about it. The shift change.
No, it's okay. You just forgot. I understand. When would your shift change be? When do you think that would be? Do you think that's how they would know when you guys failed to report?
Cal, give me a persuasion roll with advantage. Because of your sweet tones.
It's a dirty 20.
Nice.
So she's still like kind of like pushing her head away from Scarlet's flame. You see she's kind of like thinking in her head how long she's been here. We've been here for the shift change within an hour. Within at least an hour, they'll be returning. There'll be those to relieve us.
Excellent. Thor, I want to thank you so much for your help here. We really couldn't have done this without you.
Let me go, please.
Maybe.
I'll walk. I'll just walk until sunrise.
Yeah, no. I totally
South.
believe you. It's
I'll
just
go
that I
back to
don't.
Magonset. I'll turn myself.
I don't believe you.
Thor, you seem like a wonderful person who I really can't trust because you're tied up and being interrogated. So just stay here and be very quiet. Actually, Miss Scarlet, we were reconvening to debate some things. So if you wanted to, is Valen's patrolling, right? I guess we could bring them together now. We don't really need anything, right?
I think we've got all we can out of them.
I didn't understand a word of that. Could you say that again?
Said I think we've got everything out of them that we can.
Understood. So I walk behind Thora and I pick her up like from the arms, whatever. I pick her up, and I drag her into the
I drop
barn.
the flame.
Okay. So she does not resist.
Mm-hmm.
She's very compliant. For the rest of you, Scarlet and Cal come back. Hold Cal with Thora over his shoulder.
Anyway, so got out of Thora here, who's really just a lovely person. We found out that shift change is within an hour. So my guess is that's what Mr. Fat Man over here said meant by them knowing that we would be on their way by sunup. I assume. So
I don't
Where
understand
is the
that.
shift change?
say again.
Why?
Where's the shift change?
It's in an hour. So they were obviously
No,
posted
where?
here.
Oh,
They were obviously posted here to be scouts, to be lookouts for us or any other forces coming down the road towards the barrow or the camp.
But
Mr. Man over here said that they would find out that we weren't there, or that we were coming in by sunup. So I assume that means that they would know that we were coming when these two failed to report.
what is here that they need to patrol?
Their own territory, I assume.
This is burnt.
No. Yeah, this is just a convenient area in which to scout because it's near the road.
He's right.
Thank you, Thora. Still over my shoulder.
Might I make a suggestion?
The road, the path up, it's a good spot to watch.
you had a suggestion, Wiswick?
Well, I was thinking she seems pretty forthcoming, and the other guy seems like pretty much a huge jerk, although he's been passed out for most of this time. I think we should probably let her go and do something horrible to him.
Please.
Maybe we'll shoot him with her bow so it doesn't look like we were here, and then she can try and get away, but she's injured. I think that seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's reasonable. My only. Wait, hang on. Shoot him with her. Hang on. Wait a second.
Hunt me?
We're not gonna
I'm
hunt
ignoring
you,
her
Thora.
completely.
Shall we wait for
Who are you
the
people?
change?
See, I think even if we wait for
could
the
use
shift
them as
change,
bait.
I agree that we could stop the shift change from happening, right? But then, however long it would take, Thora, however long it would take for them to get back to the camp, obviously would be an issue, right? Because they would never report in.
I'll report it. I can report it. I'll tell them all clear. I promise.
Thora, how are you going to explain the wound in your leg? And how are you going to explain the lack of a partner? Look, I understand what you're trying to do, and I appreciate your help.
All the while, I'm
Yeah.
just lifting her head up. You're right.
So I say we have a few options here, as far as I can see them. One is use this opportunity to get close to the bandit camp, dress or disguise ourselves as the two returning guards and use this as an opportunity in. That would work if there's a manageable number of them, right? If it's 30 to 40, like this man said.
Well, we would be going to the barrows. We wouldn't be going to the camp. The camp is further past the barrows.
Right, but wouldn't they
Correct.
report back to the camp? They don't guard the barrow.
Well, our interest, I believe,
in the barrel.
is in the barrow.
I think
Somebody-
we're wasting time.
That is slightly true.
Well, yes. So either way, we would need to move before the shift change got here. How many miles was it to the barrow?
It's
Timber, how many miles was it to the barrow?
3, 4. It's 3 to 4 miles.
Look, if you don't want to be as mean, maybe we could take Thorax with us until we get to the barrow.
That, I suppose, could work.
Then they'll go looking for her, because they'll see that her bow was left behind, with an arrow in that guy's head. And maybe we'll be scot-free.
All right, that's not a bad idea. We could also leave perhaps a trail. Valen seems like he's good at woodcraft. We could have him leave a trail away from our direction, so they think that
Let's frame him
Thorax.
instead.
No, Thora. Fuck.
No,
Thora-
Wiswick.
Wait, what'd you say?
You
I
said
said
let's.
let's frame Velen instead.
No, we don't need
And
to
I
frame
said
Valen.
no.
It doesn't mean anything. Who are we framing him for? Point is, we have him leave a trail go in the opposite direction, so their scouts follow that trail looking for Thora. We take Thora with us the other direction, and we get this guy somewhere away from here.
The longer we wait, the longer they're going.
Yes.
The more
So that
time they'll
sounds like a
find
plan
us.
to me.
I'm glad we're all working together like this.
That sounds like a plan to me. Does anyone object?
No.
Nope.
The only thing I will add is this guy cannot live.
You
No.
could be the one to do it.
Oh, Alex, why'd you say that? I was gonna just let you take him away.
Oh.
No, Timmy, no, that's not. No, come on. We just decided that we're not gonna do that.
Fine, fine. I'll do what you asked me.
Thank you. Now, if you could just take him into the woods, take his pants off, and just leave him out there bound somewhere. I don't know why it's important, but it happens every time somebody's left somewhere alone. Thorish, and then and then we'll head out. We're gonna go get Valen. Thank you. Is that okay, Timber? Could you do that for us?
I could do that.
Timber,
Thank you.
would
And
like
don't
some
kill him,
help?
please.
No, that is okay, Kieran.
Could you not kill him, please? Please.
I think the pants off idea is really good. It sounds like the sort of like risque, rapey type thing that could have happened between the
Oh no.
murderer and the.
No, that's not. No, I think you missed the point. It's just to make it more difficult for him to navigate the woods. That's all it's supposed to do.
I'm trying to paint a picture here, Kyle.
Yeah,
What are you guys
I
doing?
understand. We're doing that.
Okay,
We're
okay.
gonna take the man, the unconscious man, out of the woods. We're gonna go get Valen. Valen, who seems like he's good at woodcraft or sneaky stuff, is going to try and plant a false trail heading
Okay.
away from where we're going, and we're gonna get farther down the road, so we're not there when the scouts.
What are you
get
doing with Thora?
We're keeping her until such time as is convenient to
Okay.
release her.
All right. Okay, so then Timber's taking Dalen out into the woods.
Yeah, whatever. He doesn't need a name.
Yeah.
It's easier
He
to
does
torture
have
him
a
that way.
He's all right. So all right, then let's do it. What do you guys? What's everyone doing? So everyone is Timber going alone?
I'm walking towards where Valen is.
Kieran trusts him. He said he wasn't going to kill him.
Okay.
Why would Kieran not trust Timber?
Okay. All right. So you all start to head back towards the farmhouse while Timber takes this guy into the woods and doesn't murder him.
I just give Timber a wink when he leaves.
Okay.
Just hands him the
that wink?
crossbow. Hands him the
All right.
crossbow, just like.
So while they're walking back to the farmhouse, Timber, what do you do?
I take him not super far out, but I take him far out.
So are you into the woods out in the outskirts of the farm? Okay. How far are you thinking from the the barn?
Knowing that we have to move soon,
Mm-hmm.
probably like a 7. Sounds like a good time. 7-minute walk to the
Oh,
woods.
okay. I was like, you're gonna go 7 miles?
Yeah, imagine.
Okay.
No, he's going a distance of 7.
I'm doing
Okay.
unit of 7. Yeah,
All right. So
The-
7. Okay.
5 sevens.
And okay. And what are you gonna do with him? Right? He's still unconscious.
I'll throw him to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Timber, thinks about what Cal says. Don't kill him. Does this look like an area where wolves would attack?
I mean, it's the woods. It's the wilderness. It's not. There's no. It's pretty far from the road.
Oh, I feel a disturbance in the force.
I go after dropping him to the ground. Timber covers his mouth and then just slips.
Before you do that,
yes.
so as you're kind of prepping this man for his unconscious execution,
Yeah.
it's very you're in this glade. It's quiet. You sort of take that moment to think about it. You kind of put, and then as you're looking at the body kind of on the ground, thinking, all right, I gotta kill this guy, I think. Lands immediately across from you is a black owl with eyes of starlight, with speckled eyes.
I put my hand down and just look at the owl.
It just stares back at you.
Stand up and keep looking at it.
It just kind of hops and hops onto the body and just sort of stretches its wings.
Should I let it go?
The owl just looks up at you and then lands on your shoulder. And flies away into the distance.
Timber stares at the body for a little bit. That owl. He takes out the kunai.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at it a little bit. Looks back at the body.
The kunai, when you stare at the kunai, the shadows on it seem to mingle and incorporate, and you see some of it pulls back. And you see the reflective metal of the kunai, and you see yourself. You see the woven form, the beast, reflected back at you. And for a moment, you think you see your humanoid form in the reflection.
Take the kunai, put it back. Look at the body once more. Take the guy's pants off and leave. and ripping the pants as I go, and then just scattering the cloth as I walk. And
taking out all of your bestial anger.
Yes. This is this man's pants.
His underwear and tunic, with his hands bound behind his back.
Yes.
With a pounding headache. Okay. So he is left, that's pretty, that's several hundred yards away from that area, and he's not really going to get very far. So he's left alive, and you return to to the farm. The rest of you convene with Valen, who alerts you that he doesn't see anyone coming. You alert him of the plan, and he agrees to it. He agrees that he's going to lead a trail leading east around the cliff sides to make it seem as though you are trying to circumvent the main path up the hills.
All right, we should head another mile or two down the road, and find a place to camp officially for the evening. That way, we're not here when the other scouts get here.
Of course.
So I'm gonna throw Thora on the back of my horse, and I'm gonna mount up and start riding down the road.
Follow.
So,
Timber will catch up in a wolf form. He's traveling by himself.
so you guys are planning on going up and trying to get up to the barrow tonight?
If so, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
So it's 3-4 miles on horseback. So that's what?
Mhm.
Half an hour?
On horseback? Probably.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, on horseback, yeah, that's about around a half hour.
Yeah,
Riding
okay.
fast, like not trying to sneak up or anything like that, too.
At a brisk trot.
Okay. Yeah,
But
so you have a...
no, we should stop about a mile outside the barrow. I realized when you said get up to the barrow, you meant like legit up to it. No.
I was like, you guys just gonna gallop right up to the barrow.
We should stop for the evening and go
We've
in the
arrived.
morning. I think, right? I mean, I do have
Yeah.
these goggles now, but they really just clash with my aesthetic, so I don't.
It's
really
pretty
wanna
late,
use them.
I would say. It's
Yeah,
pretty
let's
late.
get our
What
rest
about
in.
your horse?
What?
What did you say?
Put him on your horse. The goggles.
We do have 2 of them, right?
You do have 2 sets of goggles. You can try and get them on your horses later.
If I can find a lens crafters, I will.
You're trying to...
Fantasy
You guys are
lens
riding
crafters.
up the hill. It's going to take you a half hour ride up and get, relatively close to the barrows.
I'm gonna
And then
stop
you're
a
going to
mile
camp
out.
off the road.
Yeah, off the road.
So it's
Mile
not
out.
really... It's not a road. It's just sort of a easily, traversable path that's not, too difficult terrain. So you're not really like on a road. You're kind of just in like a divot in the hills. So it's not exactly. I would say if you're riding up the path and you're just going on the path, you're going to cross paths with the next watch coming down.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right, so can Kieran scout ahead of the group, searching for the next people with his perception?
Yeah. Do you want to take off your armor first?
Yes, he does. So he not strips, but removes his... I don't even know what armor it is.
You think you have chainmail?
Sure,
But,
chainmail, whatever gives me disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are the rest of you doing right now? Are you just waiting by your horses? Are you trying to... Valen has already moved off and is starting to create a distracting tracks. Are you just at the base of the cliffs, the hills and cliffs, with your horses where the path starts? Or are you getting ready to rest here? What is your plan?
Do we want to wait till the watch changes and then move? Or do we want to try and move and hide when we see them?
I thought-
We might be able to spy in with a invisibility spell, or perhaps I could disguise myself like one of the cultists.
They might know how many there are, though. Invisibility
Hmm.
would probably be better.
I think Thorax said that there was a one that kind of looked my height if I have a hood over my face and maybe just show my chin with those markings she spoke of. Could work.
It could, but it seems risky. Unnecessarily so.
Can we just here, Sean? So hang on. We're gonna head up the road, but if we're gonna meet those people, if we do it, what if we had like half the distance, and then camp off the road?
So what I'm saying is, and you could be able to tell this just from looking at the beginning of the path. It's rocky. It's not exactly a great place to camp, is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say
Timber,
time
you
is
would know
not-
this. Timber, you've traversed this path. You would know that the path up is sort of just a rocky, clearing. When you get up to the barrow, yes, there's more woods around it that you could hide in, but you'd have to get right up on the barrow. Which riding up on horseback is not necessarily stealthy. You can't really command your horse to be stealthy. Huron can with his command spell, but you would
Sneak.
muffle. But and I'd say it's been a decent chunk of time since you found out there's another watch coming. So if you start heading up there, you could send someone up ahead to spot them before you see them, but you wouldn't have a great amount of versatility to hide.
All right, so let's do this. Let's travel into the woods the opposite direction that what's his face is laying the path, and just set out like a quiet, no fire camp in there.
And just camp for the evening.
I agree.
I think that's the best bet. We're hoping that. I mean, we have to hope that the
If
bandits take the bait on that trail.
Wiswick,
We'll keep a watch.
do you have the invisibility spell?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
I go invisible and run away.
No.
Does seem to be your signature move.
Worst case scenario. Cal ties himself to Thora, and you cast invisibility on her. That way, if we encounter the scouts, we can walk past them with no questions asked.
Wait, didn't they know you though by sight? Wasn't that a thing?
No, not as
Were you planning on just like walking right past them?
not as the wolf.
Just you?
Me
No, I think he means the whole group. Like
I
we're
mean the
just
whole
like
group.
out
Like
traveling.
you're just traveling.
we're
on the
just
road?
traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
I
That
don't.
sounds like a
Recognizable.
terrible idea.
Well, hang on. If there's only two of them, we can just capture them too.
Yeah.
Let's go make camp and we'll figure it out as it happens. All right? Staying around here is not going to solve anything.
I vote we go straight up there and we kick some butt.
No.
I don't think we're
No.
thinking about this
No.
way too hard.
Exactly. So we need to go and make camp, and I start walking.
Okay.
Okay.
Not with your horse.
Yeah, actually, I could use a long rest, so I'm gonna go with.
Just for home.
Okay, so you guys are. Your plan is, Valen is setting up a distraction while you are going to make camp on the opposite side, away from the path. No fire camp. Trying to maintain some stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
As I take the saddle off my horse and brush him down for the evening, and put the feed bag over his head. What kind of personality does he have?
Do you have a name for him?
Nope.
I have a name for mine.
I'm not going to give you a personality until he has a name.
No, that's
just
I'm
kidding.
waiting. I'm waiting for the personality so I can name him.
Is your horse is probably of all of them the most kind of resistant. Needs a little bit of taming.
Okay.
Sort of at your brushes, he's just sort of
Yeah.
You kind of have to like you almost walk in a circle as you're trying to get him.
Got it. Okay. All right.
But it's easy enough. You can make sure you put your horses in a specific vantage so that they're not visible. Tend to them to keep them quiet, and you can. Are you guys trying to wait and see, or are you planning on we're going to do some watches and long rest?
I think we should do some watches and a long rest.
Agreed.
Okay.
So, fun little thing. You know how you want everyone to get a full 8 hours of sleep?
Mm-hmm.
So we can have everyone do 1 hour watch, and then Kieran has 4 hours of watch since he only needs 4 hours of trancing.
So,
So
I see
then
what you're saying.
we only collectively need 9 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. You know,
Okay,
whatever
cool.
configurations you all do determines the time. So in that situation, then you would have you rest first, and then have
Yes.
everyone do watches, 1 hour watches, and everyone. Okay, I see that, and then you stay up for the last.
Right, just
4
because
hours.
12 hours versus 9 hours for a long rest. Those
That's
3
fine.
hours can be very useful.
Absolutely, and I'm fine with that.
I'll take the first watch, and I'll wear the goddamn goggles. Yeah. All right, so
Cal
For this
looks like
first
he has
watch.
big bug eyes.
yeah, for this watch, I'm going to particularly pay attention to the path or the direction of the path that the two are coming down, or
Okay.
should be coming down.
Okay. Do you want to stay in the camp, or you want to step out a little bit?
No, you step out into the shadows, like a real sentry.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a perception check.
I want to emphasize that Wiswick, even though he has a lot of time to spare, is not comfortable and probably has a very rough time having 8 hours of sleep. Because everything about this, like, suddenly more things are bursting into his mind, and he's thinking, "Oh shit, we're screwed. We don't have a plan. This isn't working like we're supposed to do. We're just acting like nothing's like happening. We're just sitting here and like it's just like another day in the woods for us. What are we thinking? The guards are going to surround us any second."
Wiswick starts to have a panic attack, essentially. He's trying to calm himself down to rest for the evening.
I still
He
have
tries
calm
really hard not to
emotions.
wake anybody up and fucking have them console him because it's difficult.
So, Kieran, you've started your meditations.
Yes.
The rest of you are also starting to sleep. Cal, what'd you get in your perception check?
12.
Okay. So it would be during your watch that the supposed second watch was coming down for the bandits. It's difficult for you to see. But you can see. I mean that as in it's difficult to make out what you're seeing.
Mhm.
You're having some difficulty adjusting to these green goggles and the new experience of green night vision. But towards the end of your watch, you do notice, or about halfway through, you do notice the shape of two humanoid figures coming down. As you continue watching them, trying to keep track of them, it's a little difficult at first, but you keep an eye on them. They stop at the base of the path that you guys saw before. Kind of, you can see them they're down stealthy, and you can see them kind of looking around. Trying to spot something. I will. You keep watching them, and for a little while, they don't do anything, as if they're waiting for someone to join them. And then, towards the end of your watch, as whoever's taking the next watch is starting to get ready,
I'll go next.
Scarlet comes over to you, sneaks over to you, and you both see at this point. They start to head. They start to examine the ground. One of them heads down the path that you know is Valen's path, and the other one is starting to slowly sneak onto the farm.
Do you do anything?
Think you could sneak up and take that one alone?
Of course I.
Go ahead. I'll cover from the perimeter.
Just to clarify, which one? Toward Valen's path or the farmhouse?
The farmhouse one.
Okay. Now, just because I fucked this up before, Are we killing or are we knocking out?
Well, I'd rather you not just kill a man in cold blood.
Done that plenty.
I know. It's not that,
All right.
just try not to, I guess. I mean,
Okay.
obviously he's gonna kill
I will
you.
do my best.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
So I will attempt to sneak up on that one that's going towards the farmhouse
okay.
and try and do a stealth knockout.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Not using that dice. 23.
Okay. You, as far as you know, you're undetected as you are slowly creeping through the brush, getting closer and closer to him as he himself is trying to sneak. At first, it's hard to keep an eye on him, but because you had already spotted him, you're able to get up on him. So, as you get up close with him as he starts to look in the rubble of the burnt-out farmhouse.
Okay.
He's moving around. You're slowly sneaking up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And give me a grapple check.
Is that strength?
Yes.
25 grapple.
Modifier. Ooh, 13.
You have advantage because you succeeded on the stealth aspect.
Okay. Oh, that's much better. 19.
Wow. Nice. He rolled an 18. So you, and he does not have a strength modifier.
I don't either.
So you were able to very quickly, I guess you have the butt of your dagger ready as you clasp onto his mouth to keep him from screaming. You pull him in close, and now give me that attack roll with advantage.
15.
15. Okay. So you're holding on to him. He's struggling a little bit, and you fight back the instinct to kill him, and hit him on the right in the back of the head with the butt of your dagger, and his body goes limp. You're able to quietly bring the body down because there's no one around, so you don't have to do it carefully. Bring it down. He's unconscious.
I'm gonna move in relatively quickly, and up to Scarlet. Excellent. How far did Valen make his path? Like, it was like a long path, or was it just some clues?
Yeah, he said he was going to make it pretty far. He was going to try to get it to pull them really far off the path. So he's probably right now making a path around back to join you guys again and rest himself.
Do you want me to go after him? The other one?
Well, I was actually hoping to put on this guy's jacket and stand here in a shadow and then ambush him. But how tall is this guy? Is he like my height? Is he like maybe Timber's height?
He's a little shorter than you.
So that's like Timber's height, I think, right? When Timber's not
when Timber's not a scary wolf. Yeah.
Okay, I have a plan. You're on watch now, so you conceal yourself around here. I'm gonna send Timber up to meet you because he's on watch next, I think.
All right.
They'll ruin his sleep schedule. Fuck.
What?
You can just take him. Put on this guy's jacket. Make yourself look like him. When the other guy gets back, take him.
Sounds good. Do that.
Okay.
I put it on. Does he have a hat or anything that I can like put my hair up under?
Yes.
Great. My hair is pretty recognizable.
A beret.
Get one of those sack
He's got a nice
hats that's
beret.
just nothing.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
like a
100% has one of those sack hats, or just like those leather hat that just comes down like this.
all peasants. It's like a flight hat, but for, like,
Yeah,
for no
the
other
medieval
reason.
flight helmet. Yeah.
A bucket. He's got a bucket. A
Good
Divinity
luck,
2
yell if you need
bucket.
us.
So Scarlet,
Don't die.
Thanks.
you're planning on pretending like you're this guy so that
Yep.
you can take the other guy out.
When he comes back, yep.
Okay. What are you gonna do with the body, and how are you doing this?
So we're by the farmhouse, right?
Correct.
there's rubble and shit there that could I just like bury him under it?
Well, I mean,
Or, like,
if you
conceal him?
if you rough him up too much, he might wake up.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Just hide him in a deep alcove.
yeah, you
Or
could just
how far away is the barn? Could I go just stick him in the barn?
you could probably do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd run the risk of if the guy is coming back, seeing you, but you could probably make
I'll give it.
a gamble there and bring
Yeah.
it to the barn.
I'll give that a shot.
Okay. Do you want to be quiet about it?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
26.
Oh yeah, quiet as the night. So you're able to bring him into the barn. Just hide him amongst the old rotting hay. I forgot to mention for those of you who came into the barn late who hadn't been in the barn, it reeked of rotting flesh because there's a dead cow in there.
Oh.
just some aesthetics, but yeah, with those rolls, you're easily able to drag the body into the barn and position yourself where you want to for if that guy returns during your watch.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do what Cal suggested too. If he's got a jacket and I'll put those on. And just I'll go back to where I knocked him out, which is the last place he was, just in case the other guy saw him like rummaging around in the farmhouse.
Okay. And are you trying to be out in the open so the guy comes up to you?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to stealth? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So imagine you just sort of like nonchalantly walking around outside of the farmhouse.
Uh-huh.
Not too obvious, but so I'd say it's a very tense hour that you're doing this, and it's most of your watch that this is all going on.
Mhm.
It didn't take you long to knock him out. It didn't take you long to go bring the body into the barn and incapacitate him. Towards the end of your watch, you notice across the farm, walking around it as if someone who would come all the way around, what appears to be this bandit's partner.
All right. I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay.
Just look like I'm looking around.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
Oh, not good. 10.
Okay. So he's coming up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can see him approaching as you're just sort of like doing your thing. How do you what is your plan as he's coming up?
I think
Not. He seems like he doesn't. He seems like he thinks you're his buddy.
Okay. I'm gonna
I will
wait.
say you also found those goggles on that guy.
Oh, okay.
You can notice.
Was he wearing them? Was the guy wearing them?
He was wearing them. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm never wearing them now.
He's walking towards you at a brisk pace.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till he gets close enough, and when I see that he recognizes that I'm not his partner, I'm gonna go for the knockout.
Okay. So he's approaching, and you hear him shout. He just sort of quiet, whisper shouting. Where's Dallin and Thoro? Where's Dallin and Thoro? And he gets right up to you, and as you kind of shrug, he comes up slowly, and he gets about 5 feet from you when he suddenly gets tense and starts reaching down for his blade.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I want to reach out and try and hit him on the side of the head.
Okay. So since this isn't a typical sneak up and knockout, I'm going to do what I did for Cal, where I'm going to ask you to roll a attack.
Okay.
And then roll a strength check after that.
Okay.
If you knock him out.
Okay. So that is a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And come on, strength. Oh, that's a 2. So crap.
So you both essentially go for each other at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls out a short sword that slashes with a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Slashes across your chest for 4 points of slashing damage. As your you hit him on the side of the head with the butt of your dagger. What's your strength modifier?
0.
Okay, so you deal 1 point of damage to him. Or yeah, I'll let you roll a d4 for damage. It's an improvised weapon, sort of butt.
Okay. 3. My
But he's not-
modifier or no?
No. So it'll
Okay.
be your strength modifier.
Okay, yeah, so just 3 points of damage.
Okay. You're in
Here we
initiative
go again.
guy now. So he slashes across your chest.
Mm.
He just says, "Who the fuck are you?" And yeah, it's your turn.
Great. In response to who the fuck are you? Your nightmare. And I'm just gonna try and 14. Dirty 20.
30-20 hits.
3 plus 4, 7 points of piercing damage with my dagger.
Piercing damage. Okay. All right, so you come up and you say your nightmare as you come up and try to and jab the dagger into his side. He immediately is going to go for another swing on you.
Mhm.
That is a 17 to hit.
Ah, yeah.
3 points of slashing damage. You can tell that this blade is dull too.
Mm.
Very dull. So when it's like cutting into you, it's just like leaving these
Like
shallow
his
wounds
mind.
that just
It's like a paper
don't
cut.
feel great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Yep. Ugh. Maybe 16.
16 hits.
Yeah. Oop, crap. 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points.
Yep.
Okay, he's starting to cough up blood. As you sort of are just, I imagine, as he's like sort of like trying to slash at your chest, you're just
Yep.
shanking him essentially.
Snap, 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 snap. Can I do my offhand?
Yeah. Pull out your offhand weapon.
14.
That just hits.
4 points of piercing damage.
That's just enough. How do you want to kill him? Just gonna keep shanking him to death.
Yep.
Okay.
Quietly.
So,
Can I be
well, it's
quiet
not
about it?
quiet. He's screaming.
We're so close.
I mean, it's, everyone's incapacitated around here who would have anything to do with this guy. So unless there's another watch coming down 2 seconds later, you don't think anyone hears his wails.
Except Wiswick, who wakes up in a cold sweat.
We definitely wake up in a cold sweat as you hear the groans of this now dead bandit. So you've incapacitated them both, one lethally, one not. What do you do? It's towards the end of your hour watch too, so you're
Yeah.
heading back.
I would like to. I want to drag him into the barn as well.
Okay.
And I want to
There's
take the hat and jacket off.
Okay.
Just throw it down on top of him.
There's a very evident sludge of blood dragging, just like trail of blood
Okay.
in the soil.
Okay. Who's going after me?
I'll go.
If you go back, you'll notice that Wiswick is awake and
All right.
just
All right, Wiswick.
Care to explain yourself?
I didn't do it on purpose. He attacked me first. Actually, no, that's not true. But I need you to go clean up the mess I made.
Yeah, don't listen to Wiswick when it's time to make real decisions, but when it's coming to cleaning up, I'm your man.
And I just
Thank you.
huff off frustratedly, like, casting prestidigitation, like cleaning up the blood
Good.
stain as I go,
Okay.
with like frantic, wavy hands.
Bippity boppity boopity. I'm just Mr. Clean, fixing all this up. No, don't mind me.
All right. I mean, Wiswick, while you're cleaning it up, you would at the same time notice inside the barn is just the body and the unconscious man in there as well.
I think Wiswick's gonna look at the unconscious man.
He's just there. He's just laying in the. He's just sort of snoring in the in the hay.
So, well,
He summons Jet.
hey, little buddy. We both know the smart thing to do here, right?
What? Jet just looks at me with like sad bat eyes.
Yes. Well, Jet does not give you any emotion.
He's very scary, by the way. This is
Yeah,
not,
he's a fiend, isn't he?
This is not a fruit bat.
It's a very gargoyle-like bat face. It's just like
Damn. I really pictured him as a fruit bat.
Don't give me that look, little buddy. Listen, it's gotta be done. We're already too far into this. Things are gonna happen real soon, and it's gonna be. We've our tracks are clear right now. We've got to do it.
it's just he's just squeaking at you.
Get out of here, kid.
And I just disappear him, and I go over to the unconscious man, and I pull out my dagger, and I kill him.
Oh no! It's
Oh my god!
Whoa!
What?
Be still my heart.
Okay.
I guess his
Oh,
heart.
I've had such a bad influence on you.
So it's
I've never trusted him.
oh man. All right. So it's not Wisbig. This isn't going to be clean.
Oh no! I try to make it as clean as possible. I have a little dagger. I'm gonna slit his throat. That's it. It's over.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I'll allow that. So yeah, Wiswick, you've never done this before, but you just do what you think Scarlet would do, and you slit this guy's throat, and you just watch his eyes just as the blood just pours over his chest from his neck. As you watch his eyes, his eyes go dead.
Good lord.
I mean, you guys are about to go murder a bunch of bandits.
Yeah, in battle. In
But-
goddamn battle.
In battle, it's not so intimate.
Wiswick's
he
too-
is.
I'm from a harsh environment. Kill or be killed.
He is dead. So there are now 2 dead corpses in the barn.
Well, this is gonna be a real pain in the ass to clean up.
Is there? You said it's a barn, right?
Yes.
Is there anywhere I could hide them in, like a hay barrel or
Yeah, there's
some sort of like storage?
there's stalls that animals would be kept in that you could definitely pull the bodies into.
Maybe with the other rotting meat.
Yeah, there's one stall that has a very, like a couple weeks old cow carcass in it.
Okay, so Wiswick is going to struggle to drag these bodies into the cow carcass.
It's gonna take
stall.
you the majority of
imagine.
your hour watch.
But while doing that, Jet is flying around outside, so he's keeping an eye out.
Judgmentally.
He didn't see anything. He might have heard something. Probably just
He has a
sobbing from
telepathic
Wiswick.
link with you.
Oh, jeez, shit.
All right. Give me a perception check for Jet.
Okay. with advantage? Hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll take the 13, which turns into a 14.
Okay. So Jet doesn't seem to notice much. Jet would notice that Valen had returned to the camp on the other side of the farm, and is starting to take a very much you're jumping right into a rest. Are you going to return back to the camp? Majority
Yeah,
of the rest of the time, there's no vision of other scouts coming or anything like that.
Yeah, I think after he's done like cleaning it and making it look somewhat presentable,
Mhm.
like he'll just like wipe the dirt or grime off of himself and just like sit down for a little while, think about what he's done, maybe just cry a little bit more, and then
You have a real
sulk
rough.
his way back into camp.
Okay. And time to wake up Timber to take the next watch.
When I do,
I'm assuming you cleaned yourself up with prestidigitation.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was gonna say, would I smell any blood on him? How well did he
Give me
clean
a
himself?
perception check.
I'm gonna make this pretty easy anyway.
I would say
It's not good. It's not good. It's
Okay, then no, you don't smell any blood, but you do
two.
notice
I rolled
a
a 2.
bleak face on Wiswick, just a very like disturbed Wiswick.
This is out of the norm, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I shake him up. Even if he's already up, I grab him.
You okay?
I take both my hands and I put them on his dog cheeks and I squeeze them and I say,
You killed that guy out in the woods, right? You got rid of him.
No. No, Wiswick. I did not.
What do you mean? He's gonna tell his friends. I thought you were gonna do it.
I didn't. I told Kiran I would not.
You can't trust these. I mean, our friends. They're too soft. They don't know what's good for them.
Wiswick, I know.
This is
I
the night
understand.
everyone becomes chaotic evil. Sorry.
There is a time and place for murder. What did you do?
I think.
What did you do?
What do you mean? What did I do? What did you do?
I told him.
You might have screwed us all up. We're gonna get killed in the middle of the night.
We'll be okay.
Whatever. No, it's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be all right. Scarlet made a mess, and I had to clean it up.
Oh no. Timber. What did she do? What did you both do?
What you should have done.
and then I go into my bed and hide in my sheets.
Oh, great line.
Timber actually stares off and thinking about what Wiswick just said. Obviously keeping watch.
Okay. So I mean, the watch goes by with not much issue. You occasionally look over to Wiswick and Scarlet's sleeping bodies, but no issues come. Huron comes awake, or comes out of his meditation to take the rest of the watch. As you swap.
Yeah. Timber just makes the hand signal and
It's been a long night.
yeah, it just goes to bed.
Kiran, assuming that everything is okay, looks over the camp. What's Thora up to?
Gone.
She is. So I assume someone took her off the back of the horse.
No, she's just been here the whole time.
So I mean, she,
Like an
she's
oblivion.
100% been here the whole time. She is not sleeping. She is huddled in a ball against a tree, just sort of leaning against it, hands still tied behind her back. Just not able to sleep well. She's tired looking, and her eyes maybe are closing a little, but
So she
She's
heard
keeping awake.
Wiswick.
yeah, she heard Wiswick.
All right. Well, seeing that she's not making commotion, Kiran would head towards the path and take up, not towards the farmhouse, but like more like, so he has a clear view of both ways, towards the farmhouse, towards the barrows, and set up a little off the trails and just watch.
Okay. Given your passive perception, the watch goes without issue.
Cool.
There is not another shift coming down. It seems like they were likely meant to take over the rest of the shift and then return in the morning. You're unsure of where that shift is. Assuming no one told you anything, so you assume that Valen's plan worked and that they're off looking for you all or camped out somewhere. And slowly you watch as the sun comes up and morning comes as your compatriots start to awake. This is where we're going to take a break, a real quick 5-minute break. When we get back from the break, everyone in the chat, we will be doing our giveaway, so please stick around to get the chance to win the digital quarterly for the Underground Oracle Publishing, and we'll announce that as soon as we get back in probably maybe less than 5, but we'll say 5 for now. So we'll be right back. Everyone, stick around with us.
Giveaway time coming up. It's a giveaway time.
Giveaway.
They're gonna give away some things that people want.
I'm gonna use
Gonna
that.
be fun.
And then they're
Then
gonna
I'm
Gonna
do
be
all that.
prizes for being fans. There's gonna be prizes
Or
for
if you guys
being
want to randomly pick the winner from the chat,
dancing.
just look at the chat list and
What
pick
rhymes
someone.
with
I guess I
fans?
don't know.
What?
rhymes
No!
with fan?
Wow, Sean.
We're gonna pick a random person from chat list. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that is
Is
a
it-
terrible idea.
Is it a terrible
One
idea?
fan
How long do you want
more.
to do the give?
Another
Just
fan,
kidding.
another death.
No.
Oh, because we've been audio the whole time, right?
No, not the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Did they miss my
One
red
fan more.
Another fan, another destiny. This never-ending road to Calvary. I'll come up with something
Yeah,
more clever.
Calvary. Yes, there you go.
These fans who seem to know my crimes will come a second time. One fan more. I wasn't a fan until today. Now I'm a fan, so give me prizes. One fan more. Tomorrow you'll be fans away. And yet with you my fandom started.
That was awesome too.
One more day before the fan. Do I follow where fans go at the barricades of fandom? Should I join my fandom there, I guess?
Yeah.
When our fans begin to fall.
Oh.
I didn't notice I was muted. Very sad.
Should I fan or should I go? Will you take your place with me? The fan is here. The prize is now
the fuck?
Welcome back, Shannon.
Wait, do you guys hear the Timothy sing?
Singing the songs of angry men.
We're gonna get
Yes.
sued.
I think it's probably not public domain, but might be actually. It's pretty old.
Uh-oh.
70s, right?
Ugh, I'm pretty old.
It's probably not public domain.
You're public domain.
You're
No, it
wrong.
is.
Intermission with Tim and Alex.
Wait, now. Is the author public domain or is the musical public domain?
I am ready to.
Whatever.
My ears.
Yeah, Sean,
Double.
you ready?
Yeah.
Did you pick the one fan more?
Yeah.
The giveaway.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to do it.
For those of you in the chat, I could sing higher if I had spent all day warming up and the last month practicing. I was a tenor for a long time. Now,
Tim, we should totally do a musical at some point.
we would have to write a whole fucking musical episode.
I'm down.
Like we're-
Sean,
like
roll
we're-
a 25-sided dice right now.
I'm not
Oh, is
against
that how
it.
many are in there?
Go. Go.
You have to assign numbers to them. You can't just.
If one of us wins, we're re-rolling.
I know. Well, I'm rolling 2d10s and a d5.
Is that
Okay, good
how
enough.
you're,
I'll take
It's
it.
where a 6 is a 0.
Just tell us what the thing is.
Who's gonna get the prize? We're rolling it. Bring us out of intermission, Alex. By the way, if we're still in intermission.
Oh, right.
So we're giving out a prize today, folks. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, it is
Number?
Sean.
Oh, sorry, we're out of
What is
intermission.
the prize?
It is the Underground Oracle Publishing digital quarterly that has 69 pages packed full of 11 different archetypes and several tons of fun stuff for D&D.
way!
No, it's actually super cool. For all of Alex.
Yeah.
No, it is very
It is very cool. It is very, very cool.
Keith and Jess, who run it, are super talented and super awesome. Really respect the work they do into their the TTRPG stuff they write, and it's great. Based on my rolls, the winner of this giveaway is Gamer Inc. Gamer
Who is that?
Gamer Inc.
Oh, it's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So Gamer
Number
Inc.
7. Gamer
Please,
Inc. Respond in chat so we
uh,
can give you your prize.
Yeah, please message us. Message the Paradise RPG. Send us a whisper, or however we're on Twitch, and we'll get you the link to the digital copy of the quarterly. Please enjoy it.
I think it's hilarious if Gamer Inc. isn't a real person. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there they are.
Hi.
Excellent. So Gamer Inc., you have won. So please message us, and we'll get you that digital link.
Awesome. Let's get back into it.
You should expect
Congrats.
that. We'll send that your
Yay.
way after the stream's over. Congratulations, Gamer Inc.
I think we missed something that Stefan said a while ago. Apparently, Scooby-Doo is canon in this world.
Okay, no, we're jumping.
Are you
I
sure?
think that was pre-established lore, honestly.
All right, so Huron, morning comes.
I assume it's a book. It's not like a cartoon.
I gotta hear the birds. I'm gonna turn off the
He is a
cows and sheep because
beastmaster.
they're not around.
Is this dawn of the first day?
Dawn of the first day. So morning comes, the sun rises. It's a quite an overcast, gloomy day now. Seems like somewhat of clouds formed towards the end of the night into the morning, leaving an overcast sky. But there are still birds about and wildlife, clearly from my ambiance. But you can return to the camp now, as your compatriots are all slowly waking up. This is about 9 hours later, so it was pretty late when you guys were originally there. So it's probably your guesstimation is it's probably around 9 or 9:30 a.m. around there.
Racking dawn. Had to try. I know it was bad.
Well, Scarlett, I trust that the second issue went well.
It went great.
Second issue.
So we like
What
to hear.
happened?
So we ran into that other patrol and we knocked them out.
We
to
did
make sure
more
that
than
they.
that.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Did more than that.
What happened? If you don't mind my asking.
Well, I knocked out the first one.
Right.
So, and then
Are you sure?
Yeah, we knocked out the first one. I was
Tara,
there for that. We knocked
Tara
out the
should be
first one.
listening to this.
What?
The bandit girl, motioning to.
Thora, don't listen to this.
Thora is asleep.
Oh,
Okay.
So she was.
Keep our voices down. She seemed rather tired when I started my watch a few hours ago. We should let her rest.
No, we should go.
We're good guys. We're really good people.
Wiswick, what happened on your watch?
Valen looks to Ichi. He's like, you killed a few bandits last night.
So we knocked out one.
We
What
knocked
happened? In the
out
second? It sounds
one.
like the second one was killed.
Yes.
What
I tried to knock him out first, and then he attacked back.
Hey, I'm coming around on this whole self-defense thing. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. Unfortunately.
They are on a mission to infiltrate this bandit camp. There was
Yes.
bound to be some casualties.
No, I understood. I just
Of
the whole
course, it was just
cold-blooded thing.
killing
yes.
prisoners was what did not sit well with me.
Agreed.
What do you all plan to do with this one? As he motions to Thora.
Well, if we handle this today, we could probably just leave her here until she wakes up. Right? Like I don't.
Jesus.
What?
I mean,
What is the
whatever.
problem with me?
What god do you worship again? I don't remember.
Me personally, none. But I don't see the point. What's the why? What's the matter? What is the matter?
You people. I mean, we can't keep just stalling like this.
I said we're
worried
leaving.
about
We're
the
going
stupid
now.
guards we left behind.
Regardless of what you plan to do with her, we need to get on with the day.
Yes,
Of
that's
course.
what I said. We're leaving now. I said leave her here and we'll go. What?
Right.
Fine, let's go. Whatever.
Wiswick, what's wrong?
Nothing.
As I saddle my horse.
Kieran
I do not believe you.
ties Thora to the tree. The
She wakes
closest
up
tree.
while you're tying her to the tree.
Obviously. and Kieran says to her, "Now Thora, we will be letting you go once we return from the barrows. Do you understand? We will not leave you here.
On purpose.
We
For
will
long.
not leave you here."
For long.
Alternatively, there's a good chance that you
she's-
break out of this.
Let her go. Let her go.
She's like, how long are you going to be gone? What if you die?
Well, good luck. And I hope that those bonds, we're not really great at knots, so you'll be fine eventually. They'll
This
come
is
loose.
stupid.
I'm saddling my horse while I'm talking.
Yeah, Valen is already saddled. His horse. He's
Timber's
getting ready.
turned into a wolf. And
I make sure to lightly tap the side of my horse so he exhales, so he doesn't hold his breath while I strap the girth onto him. I know a weird amount about horses.
Okay.
Kim's a horse girl. You heard
Oh,
it here
God.
first.
The amount that
Ate a few.
I mean that makes sense for Cal too.
I swap my spells around, by the way.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I named
Par-
my horse, by the way. I don't know if you want that now or later.
I do want that now.
Okay. Storm.
Storm. All
That's
right.
a good one.
Storm. Storm and Jasper so far. All right.
Q, if you named yours.
I haven't quite figured
don't
it
name
out
your
yet.
horse because then Sean will kill it. After you have emotional attachment to it, he will kill it. Telling you.
So how?
We swing ourselves up into our saddles and we head out.
Yeah, and then all right. So are you? What is your marching order? 1 and 2. How are you approaching the barrow?
Timber's up front.
Scarlet's in the back.
And,
I'll go second. And I'm gonna try and ask Timber. Timber, was there like a rise or a ridge before you got there that we could hide the horses behind?
Would Timber know? Sean?
Yeah, I mean, you would know that you could. It's because the way the hill goes up that there's a bend that you could leave the horses behind.
Excellent. So
Timber would just, because he's in a wolf form, he would just nod his head.
excellent.
And then lead them there. Sorry.
I say, even though we can all vote on this, I say we just ride up to that bend, tie the horses up, and then move in on foot.
Okay.
Agreed.
Timber would assume by Cal's statement that that's where they want to go, so that's where he will bring them.
Okay. Easy enough to do. There's no patrols that you notice. It seems as though the expectation is that that last group would have come up. All right, so you leave. You tie the horses up. Easy enough to weight them down with rocks or something like that. You are marching up slowly for the last bit of the journey towards the barrow.
Yeah.
What's your approach?
We're going to approach stealthily, transforming back into a hybrid and casting Path Without a Trace.
Yeah.
Okay. So same marching order, I'm assuming. Timber first, Cal second. Replaced Valen after that with Curon and Wiswick, and then Scarlet.
Yeah.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
So I'd like everyone to give me a stealth check. And
You get that +10.
Yeah, and Timber and Cal, you can give me perception checks for the front. Curon, you can give me perception check. If everyone else can give me perception checks for their relative position in the lineup.
I got a 20 for stealth.
Okay.
And an 18 for perception.
+10 really helps.
Yeah, no, I rolled.
Timber, what'd you get?
I got a 26 for stealth, and I got a 22 for perception.
Nice. Curon?
19 for stealth, and a 22 for perception.
Curon and Cal, do you have your armor on, and did you roll with disadvantage?
I did.
I did.
Okay. Great. Wiswick, what'd you get?
24 for stealth, 5 for perception.
Cool. And Scarlet, what'd you get?
32 for stealth, and I failed my perception check. 5 total, but I rolled a 1.
Okay, critical fail.
Not very perceptive, Miss Rogue.
Valen did pretty good.
It's okay, I'm right there
I mean,
with
that
you.
plus
I
10.
got 0
I rolled a
perception.
19 and a 10 for stealth, and the +10's like, nah, it's a 20.
So,
You're like, oh, cool.
pretty good stealth
Awesome.
roll. Said Pass Without Trace is a real killer there. Yeah, you guys. Oh, Scarlet, yeah, with that 32. Perception wise, so Timber and Cal, you would see it first as you come up the crescent of the hill. You would see it kind of flattens out, and then there's sort of a cluster of trees and cliff sides all around what is directly across from you, which is a rounded barrow made of stone with some mossy patches growing all over it, with some steps that lead up towards kind of like a small balcony, so to speak, over an arch doorway that leads into the barrow. What you see are 4 bandits there. You see 2 on top of the barrow. One appears to have a heavy crossbow, and the other one does not have any ranged weapon on them. And then you see 2 below who are sitting around a campfire. So it seems like the 2 at top are watching, while the 2 below are at rest. They seem to just be. One has a longbow slung on the back, and short sword and other weaponry. They seem to be just. There seems to only be 4 from what you can see. And as far as you can tell right now, it doesn't seem like they've seen you.
Okay. So.
And I imagine you kind of, as you're getting up, you hug the side and move into some brush, and you can see them. They're about about 60 feet away.
So who can take the 2 on top while we rush?
I'd say 100 feet away.
The front.
I can get.
I can
Get up
make them
there.
sleepy.
Oh yeah, that would work.
I like that idea.
Valen, Captain,
Yes.
are you at all proficient I don't remember what his weapons are. Are you at all proficient in bowmanship, perhaps, or ranged combat?
I do have this bow.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm quite skilled.
Yes, the one that I see now. Yes. If you could help us with the two up top, and then
Certainly.
now Scarlet or Wiswick, you two are the ones who can. Is it stone or grass on that ridge, or on that above it?
So there's like some moss and grass growing on it, but it's all made of stone.
Wiswick, don't you have a thing that allows you to like sink into stone like a shark?
What are you talking about? When have I ever done anything like that?
There was that time you crawled through a crowd, like fine.
But-
Am I out of my mind? This
Alright.
happened, right?
Yeah,
I'm
for first episode.
specifically sneaky when
Yeah,
it
but
comes
you,
to
you weren't
my
there,
natural
Cal.
habitat, but I didn't actually merge into the ground.
It might as well be the same thing. Point is, it seems like it's possible that just having the captain shoot at them and the gamble on you using sleep, which usually works, right? But it doesn't always, right?
It works
My point
most
is,
of
I don't
the
want to
time.
run into a longbow shot that I can't do anything about. So
How about
Do
I
you
just
want me
cast
to-
sleep from here, and he can sneak up there?
yeah,
You
that's
want me
fine.
to
I was
sneak
just
up on
throwing out
anyone?
options.
Okay.
Yes, that
I
was
mean, I'm
my
giving
question.
options
Do you
too.
think you could sneak up to the top
Yes.
and take one out if
Yes.
Wiswick distracts them with sleep while Timber and I and Huron, I think maybe rush the front door?
Yes.
Hey, Sean, QQ, I had that stone of bark skin.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use it?
Yes, because you had 2 charges in it.
Okay, cool. I use it
Okay.
just to get that 16.
Yeah. The you watch as you use it, and the sigil on the stone vanishes. So the stone is now a normal stone, but you have bark skin for the duration of the spell.
Cool. After using it, and there's no recharges on it, right? It's done.
It's done so.
Flicks it over my shoulder just so I can get it out of the inventory.
You see one of the bandits.
No, wait.
So Kenneth, are we killing these ones?
I don't.
Yes.
Yes.
Short answer, yes.
Okay. Apparently.
Wiswick, are you casting sleep first, and then whatever happens happens?
Yeah, I wait for Velen to like get his bow ready. Like I just nod to him, and then I cast it.
Okay.
I tell him,
This will definitely get one, but if the other does, you aim for the one that doesn't pass out.
So you're trying to capture the 2 in top inside the sleep.
yeah, the ones that are like difficult to reach.
So then who am I
If I
sneaking
could hit
up
all
on?
of them, that would be great. The range is 20 feet.
Wait, Wiswick.
20-foot radius.
But
Wait.
sleep
Wait, should we wait
prioritizes
for
one
20
at a time.
foot sphere.
So you could get all of them, but that's like with the spell, that's a risk because you're adding more HP to it.
No, it's not a risk because it only goes by one. It doesn't disperse all. It goes one at a time. So
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
it
right.
goes-
You're right.
It starts
Yeah.
with the creature with the lowest hit points.
Yeah, you can definitely get all of them in the sphere.
Cool. All right. Well, that's what I'll do. We'll see how many we get. Okay, I rolled 10, 13, 17, and then one more. Another 4, so that's 21 HP.
21.
Goes to sleep.
Okay. All right, so you watch as Wiswick, are you trying to cast this stealthily, or are you just going for it?
I think that I would probably mutter it under my breath. Yeah.
Give me a stealth check.
Am I in the stone? It doesn't matter. I rolled an 18 plus 4.
Okay. Yeah, they don't.
Auto
see you.
stone.
So you watch as the spell takes effect. You watch this sort of like very indiscernible like small grains of sand descend upon these bandits, and then start to. They all concentrate on one of them as the heavy crossbowed the bandit with the heavy crossbow is just sort of like looks. And falls straight down. The other three immediately all are like, what? And then you watch Valen just fires an arrow directly at the.
On that, I'm rushing. I'm running.
Yep, same.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Let me
Anime
just do,
style with my sword
let me just do
behind me.
attack, and then we'll go into
Naruto run.
No.
Valen hits that guy. Oh, Valen, why you roll so bad? Had a chance to one shot him, but doesn't. He deals 6 damage to him. All right, give me. Let's go initiative order. Let's roll some initiative.
Let's roll some initiative.
baby.
No shit, me too.
Vigilance blessing on
Oh,
Scarlet.
wow.
She always has it.
I always have
19.
it. It's. Do I do it or no?
I don't know, Sean, will you allow that?
I won't.
Okay, that's fair. Going forward, at every time Kieran wakes up,
You gotta announce it. All right, 20 to 25.
I need a sticky note.
Yeah.
Cal, what's your initiative?
Oh,
Well, I
let's,
got a
let's pull up the
24.
battle map for this.
Oh yeah, I would have
Sure.
gotten. I would have actually 20. Yeah, you beat me. 23 technically.
Yeah. Intelligence as an initiative modifier.
Really?
Yeah, ain't that great? Oh, my favorite little card is back.
What is your intelligence, Clay? I'm Wisbeck, sorry. Wisbeck, how smart would you say you are? On like a
I have an 18.
on a point scale. Oh wow.
Is
okay.
this a retcon or to a previous conversation?
No, this is now. We're
After-
running.
running,
By
running.
the way, how smart are you?
There's a difference between intellect and
All right.
pragmatism.
All right, so Wiswick, what did you get for your initiative?
24.
24. Okay. Anyone else? 20 to 25?
22.
23.
Okay.
Two,
Cal,
two, two,
Timber.
2.
15 to 20.
16.
Scarlet. All right, 10 to 15. 5 to 10. 0 to 5. Kieran, what'd you get?
Roll the nat 1 plus 1.
Oh.
Oh no.
So
I think I have the worst initiative rolls in the history.
Aw.
All right, so Wiswick, you are up first. There are 2 bandits down below. One on the left side, still up, while the heavy crossbow one has fallen to sleep.
Weren't there 4 on the ground, or is there 4 total?
4 total.
Dude,
Ah, okay.
Velen missed his attack.
No, Velen hit him. So yeah, so that one, the other one up top, took an arrow into the shoulder, but it wasn't enough to take him out entirely.
I'm gonna hit the one on top with a regular level 1 magic missile.
Hit me, daddy.
All right.
And pray that'll be enough.
Why do you always make it weird?
Go ahead
Why is that
and
Normalize daddy fetishes.
roll your missiles.
All 3 are going to his face. And for fun, let's say is fire missiles.
Okay.
You're a monster.
Yeah, I'm a little monster.
I mean, force damage is one thing, but fire.
Gotta mix it up. Can't be doing the same thing every time. Anyway, I rolled a 4 and a 1 and 2.
So the
5, 3, 8, 10 damage.
All right, so you notice these bandits are immediately, the ones on the ground are immediately drawing their weapons and looking out. They can see you all now, for the most part, because they saw where Valen's arrow came from. You fire these. How many missiles is it?
3.
3 flaming missiles swirl towards this one bandit up on top who had no weapon. And as they're about to make impact, you see them gesture a few gestures, and all 3 just dissipate across a magical shield that goes over this bandit. And they have no effect because shield blocks magic missile immediately. Wiswick, anything else you do?
How far is he up on that hill?
He is so he is about 15 feet up, and only about he's right on the let me readjust the camera so you can see it better.
Guys, should I misty step?
He is right here.
Do you want a Misty Step?
No metagaming.
Yeah.
I know it's table talk. I know. No table talk. We're always a character.
Anything else, Wiswick?
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to him.
Okay, you're
And-
not gonna be able to get all the way up to him.
I'm gonna go my full 25 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna attempt to misty step behind the one person who's up top.
Oh, okay. What's the range on Misty Step?
30 feet. It's a bonus action.
Can you cast 2 spells in a turn?
I can't. You're right. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you can't actually.
I take it all back.
Yeah, but do you want to go back? Do you not want to run up?
Yeah, I wouldn't have ran up if I didn't.
All right,
if
I'll
I
pull you
couldn't
back.
reach it.
All right. Then Cal, you're up, and then Valen and Kieran after that. Or no. Cal, you're up, and then Timber's on deck.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So I'm just gonna push up as far as I can, close to close in on the people.
Okay, so you can get up to there.
Yeah, I don't think dashing is useful right now. So, what can I like? I get ready to dodge, right?
Yeah, you do the crossbow.
Yeah.
I do have a crossbow, but actually no, do I? I may have dropped it, or not equipped it, or whatever.
Which of the guards or whatever was the one who casted the spell?
The one on the left,
Okay.
on the top there.
Yeah, I do have a crossbow, but I'd rather be able to dodge whatever this guy's about to throw at me. So
So you're taking the dodge action?
yeah.
Sounds good. All right, that brings us to Timber. And Scarlet, you're on deck.
I am currently a hybrid, so 40 feet closer to the 2 people.
40 feet.
40 feet, please.
You got it.
Actually, you know what? Pull me back next to Cal.
Okay.
And I'm going to the one on the left, that's on
Just
the
a
ground.
boy and his wolf.
Just a boy.
The one on the left, above or below?
below.
Okay.
I am going to hex him,
All right.
and
Because
then
you're a warlock. Because you're a warlock now. When did that happen?
and then I'm going
Happened
to
last session when he
and
used
I'm
that.
going to
Need to know.
throw my kunai at him.
All right.
Also, I'm going to give him disadvantage on Dex.
Dex. Okay.
Yeah. That is a 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
Okay. Is 6 damage plus 3 necrotic damage.
6 plus 3, so that's 9. Right. So, for anyone watching, you would see Timber dash forward, pull this kunai out, and toss it directly into the guy's shoulder. As it hits in, and you just see this shadowy fog kind of seeps out of the wound. It just starts to envelop the bandit.
Is that the hex? Or
Yes, that is the hex.
Okay.
That is a magical effect on him. All right, Timber. Anything else? Alrighty, Scarlet, you're up.
Okay. Stupid question. From what I'm looking at, I'm in shadow cast by the tree. So am I hidden?
You can. I'd say you can
This
do
is still
a
surprise
round.
Is it a surprise round?
Technically, yes, they are conditioned
Oh.
surprise.
Well, then that's great.
You get to do a
So-
reaction on the surprise round. Ugh.
It's not a surprise round; it's conditioned.
All right. So I want to movement and bonus action dash. I want to get up to the bandit on the ground that is not hexed.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
All right. Stabby, stab, stab.
Stab away.
Stab away, stab
23.
away.
23 definitely hits.
7 points of piercing damage. And no sneak attack, right?
No sneak attack. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not engaged.
No sneak attack.
All right, so you dash forward, and it's just as they're sort of clamoring to get their weapons out, as he's trying to pull out his sword to parry, and you just get a jab right in the arm. I would say. Just like, anything else? That's all.
That's all I can do.
All right. The bandits do not get to do anything because they're it was their first turn. So that brings us to Huron.
They're conditioned surprise, right?
Mm-hmm. They can't act on their turn.
Paradise RPG today is brought to you by Surprise Conditioner. New Surprise Conditioner by Pantene. It's a surprise for your follicles.
Huron, what are you doing?
What's the range from me to the peoples?
You're about 60 feet away from them. The ones in the ground, and about 70 feet from the ones up top.
Wiswick
Okay.
uses cave baleen.
And one of the ones on top, the mage, I guess mage-ish one. Kieran's gonna aim at him with his light crossbow and fire.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Nat 1.
Oh no.
You watch as you aim your crossbow, the bolt flies out, and it turns to ash as it tries to get through the shield.
All right. Then Kieran's gonna move up behind the tree.
Okay.
And then cast spiritual weapon
Yes.
in between the two.
Okay.
At the bottom, attacking the one that has been hexed.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack.
That is a 23 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Uh, 5 points of force damage.
5 points of force damage. All right, so you see this this spectral glaive appear and just bring its blade down right into the bandit, who attempts to parry it but can't. He's surprised, and it just sinks into the armor in the chest and pierces through it. You can see it dent in a little bit in the leather as blood starts to seep out slowly. He is on death's door, but he is still alive.
Ew.
A spectral weapon in his chest. Which brings us to the top of the order with Wiswick. Cal, you're on deck.
Let's go with a new one. I'm gonna cast blindness, deafness on the person on the top there.
The mage
that I attempted to hit before. Yeah.
Okay.
Choose one creature that you can see within range, makes a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it is either blind or deafened. I will be going with blind.
Okay.
And
it's a con save?
It would be a con save, but I'm thinking I'm going to make it a strength save and literally cover him with a magical blanket that he
Okay,
has
alright.
to fight his way off of. It
All
covers
right.
his face. This is the little black handkerchief that smacks onto his face.
What's your DC? That's it's a 14.
That is my DC.
Okay, so he just makes it. So the you see this spectral blanket wraps around his entire head as he just starts to claw at it, and it takes him a moment, but eventually he's able to rip it off, and it dissipates. As he...
Huron uses a spectral weapon. Wiswick a spectral blanket.
All right, Wiswick,
I,
anything else?
I move up to behind where Cal is positioned, and then I'll end my turn.
Okay. All right. So after you is Cal. Cal's up. Timber, you're on deck.
I'm gonna run at one of the guys. Let's say the left guy,
All right. Easy enough.
because Scarlet's kind of occupying a lot of that space over there. So I'm gonna run to the left guy. I'm gonna stab him.
Harry.
Go for it.
Stab him right in the stab hole.
Ah, yes, the stab hole.
Nice.
What's your attack?
Also known as the belly button.
That definitely hits. How do you want to kill this guy? Because no matter what you roll, he's gonna die.
All right. It's just a quick professional stab
All right. Just
to the chestal region.
easy enough. you stab him. You stab him. The rapier goes into the chest. The man cries out, falls to the ground. You watch as the shadows sift back into the kunai. Anything else on your turn, Cal?
Well, that was spooky. Yeah, you know what? Let's just action surge.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just action surge. I'm gonna run over to that other guy, or can I skip over to that other guy and
Yeah, you got it.
all right, cool. And I'm gonna stab him.
Literally skipping.
No, it's like a quick shuffle sidestep. And then stab him.
All right. Roll to attack.
I'd like to imagine that it's all one elegant maneuver. That's a nat 20, Sean.
Nice.
All right. Roll some damage.
Get ridiculous. Okay.
Right in the stab hole.
Right. I'm gonna stab this
Right
guy.
in the stab hole.
Right. It's a 5 plus is 10.
Critical
10
stab hole.
damage.
How much damage?
10.
10 total.
It's like when you make a
Right.
basket with no net.
Well, no, it's 10
I mean-
without the crit. It's just 10.
So 20 total then.
Yes.
All right. Regardless, he's dead. So you watch Cal as he does a surgical dash forward, stab into the chest of the first bandit, and as he's pulling his rapier out, does a quick maneuver. Almost, it's like a dance as he twirls around to bring another stab into the second bandit. They both collapse down to the ground dead. Now there's just the mage above and the sleeping one.
That still only counts as one.
No,
Timber,
no.
you are up.
Was that a Lord of the Rings reference?
Maybe. It's the only one I know.
Going to run towards one of the guy that's not sleeping, and going to attempt to make acrobatics checks to hop over
To
debris.
climb up there.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
That is a dirty 20.
I'll say you're able to avoid the half movement and are able to grab the side and pull yourself up. And you're right in front of him. You guys are scaring the birds.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
Tweet, motherfucker.
I'm going to. I guess I'm gonna move. No, actually, no. I'm just gonna do 2 swipes at him.
You're not going to move your hex?
I'm not moving my hex. Not
Okay.
yet.
Go for it. Well, it's bonus action to do that. So.
It is, but Damage-wise, doesn't make any sense if his guy has low health.
This guy hasn't taken. Oh, I guess he did take the arrow. But...
Yeah. First one is a 17.
17 hits.
Okay. First one is 5 damage. Next attack is another 17, which hits. And that is 7 damage, so 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
Actually, can I take that back? Can I do a bite attack for the second one?
No.
Damn it!
Next time.
Okay,
That's everything, right?
that's all I got.
All right. So then Scarlet, you're up.
All I got.
Okay.
My God, these birds.
Um,
They're taking over.
So Scarlet's gonna think about going up to the sleeping one, but she's gonna change her mind at the last second, and she's gonna turn and go over to the one that Timber is at. I think with my movement, I can get over there. Can I do the same thing that Timber did and try and get up there?
Sure, give me an acrobatics check.
Nope. That's a 1.
Okay, so you try to...
That's a 9 total because I have a +8, but
Oh, no.
that's a 1.
Oh, no. You do not make it up. You go to vault up, and you do manage to grab the side, but your hands slip. You didn't get quite good enough grip, and you fall back down, unable to get up there.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Bonus action dash. So pissed. Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I get up there with the dash?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Nice coat. Imagine you just like fall on your butt and then you just roll over. And start.
Yeah. Scarlet falls down and just does a tactical roll over and leaps up the steps and just takes the stairs.
Nobody saw that, right? All right, dagger. Motherfucker!
You get sneak attack.
I got a 2.
He does not hit.
You're a little frazzled. It's okay.
Just a little bit.
It's slippery
Just a
slope.
little frazzle dazzle.
That would. Oh.
Your recovery was
Why
not
sneak
clean.
attack too?
Your recovery was not clean, so you rush up the steps and you're just not quite able to get that dagger. He moves out of the way just in time as the dagger goes wide.
Well, that's all I can do.
Okay, which brings us to his turn. All right, so he is going to. Oh, you're right in front of him. So he's going to take care of that. Okay. Yeah, he's going to do that.
No.
I wish I ordered these like spell effect things that haven't come yet. I wish I had one. All right. So, 60-foot cone in front of him is going to get almost
Everyone?
Pretty sure it's gonna get everyone.
The fuck is he casting?
I would say, yeah, the only person actually who's just out of it would be Cal. Oh, and Kieran, because he's hiding behind the tree, and I forgot that he was back there. So I need Wiswick, Scarlet, and Timber to all make Constitution saving throws.
Advantage because
Oh
it's a magic
my
spell.
god! Not using that one anymore.
Why?
So I got a 2 again.
So that means your next roll will probably be better.
No,
Just
no.
because-
All right,
That's not how it works.
Scarlet, what'd you get? You got a 2?
No, I got a 6, but yes,
6,
2
that's a
total.
fail. Wiswick, what'd you get?
15.
You make the save, so only take half damage. Timber, what'd you get?
19.
All right, so you only take half damage. All right. Scarlet, you take 20 points of cold damage. The other 2, you take 10 points of cold damage.
No, because I have resistance to cold.
Oh
I
yes,
take
that's
5
right.
damage.
Exactly. So you only take 5 damage.
Proud of you,
So
Wizzy.
you watch as this robed bandit who has just kind of a component bag. They have a long kind of open coat that's a very deep burgundy color. They have swept back, bright red hair, pale skin as he just steps back and whispers some arcane words, and then shoots out a massive cone of frigid ice that you all have to like kind of brace yourself as it just is. Scarlet, it almost puts out the fire in your eyes as you take all that cold damage.
Half
That
the
is-
cold never bothered him anyway.
Kiss the ring.
Nice.
That is the end of his turn, which brings us to Curon.
Curon's gonna rush forward. 30 feet towards him. Drop to one knee. Shoot another crossbow bolt at him.
Makes that sound.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do like a Neil Peart drum beat because you were like rush.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Don't tell me what's.
Roll to attack.
Hey, that's better. Dirty 20.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
Dumb band. Neil Peart's great. Dumb band.
4 points of piercing damage.
4 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then. Shit. What's the
movement
for spiritual? 20 feet?
Yes,
Yeah, can
use your bonus action.
Yeah, can the glaive spiritual weapon get 20 feet into a flanking position?
Yeah.
Dope sauce.
Nice.
And then gonna make an attack with that.
All right, go for it.
22 to hit.
22 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's 8 points of force damage.
8 points of force damage. All right. So you watch this guy sort of like clutching at himself as he's taking all these. He takes a crossbow bolt to the shoulder and then a glaive right to the back as he's just starting to look real weak. And he's just looking frantically around for method of escape. That brings us to Wiswick, and Cal, you're on deck.
Only cowards run.
If at first you don't succeed, magic missile again. Same deal. Fireballs. God, he's gonna have a spell. This hurts my soul. Hold on. Maybe I can pull a cantrip out of my butt.
You
Yeah,
can.
okay. I'll go with the baby easy hit with the chill touch. But I'm also gonna make it fire because I like the 0 chill touch.
All right. So you are chill touching, which that's an attack roll, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, go ahead
Which
and roll.
I'm not used to. That is a 15.
That just hits.
Hey.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Watch him go.
That is a solid 3 damage.
Okay.
Fire.
3 points of fire damage as a spectral flaming hand just slaps him across the face. And he looks befuddled.
I also want to move 25 feet to the left, which I guess would be west.
Just straight to the left?
Yup, I'm just getting out of range.
All right, Cal, you're up.
I'd like to park car my way up there and stab that man.
Okay, so there's not a lot of room.
Go
But
up the other stairs.
I'm gonna
maybe.
like,
I don't know.
I'm gonna run up that wall and I'm gonna grab that spiritual glaive and spin around it and stab him.
All right, give me an acrobatics check to see if
Yeah,
this
that's
works
fair.
out.
No, that's totally fair. I bet you it's gonna be great. It's fine. It's fine. It's 12 plus 5 is 17.
Okay. Yeah, you're just able to kind of kick in the corner to get yourself up there.
Oh, yeah.
Grab on, pull yourself up. You grab the spiritual weapon as leverage, and it spins you. You spin yourself around to land right next to it.
Nice, and I stab him.
And yes, you have advantage as you're flanking.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can.
Look at all that flanking.
Yeah.
This
What
guy's surrounded.
think a 24 is gonna do it?
Yeah, that'll do it. Go ahead and roll
Excellent.
damage.
Excellent. Fucking excellent. It's 9 damage.
Language.
9 damage. How do you want to do
Actually,
this?
we're listed on Spotify and iTunes. I'd like to. This is professional. We're doing stuff here. This is not a.
Yeah.
This is professional. It's just boom, jab right in the vital,
Mm-hmm.
falls down.
All right, so for those of you around, you would
Right in
see
the
he just cast this massive spell, and as he's sort of clutching at the bolt in his shoulder, a spectral flaming hand slaps him across the face, and he's sort of befuddled. As suddenly, as he's regaining his composure, you just see Cal do this amazing parkour trick where he just anime jumps up this wall and then swoops around behind and just brings that rapier right through the back of his neck into the front. As he just
I subconsciously give the duelist salute,
Mhm.
and I go, I'm glad Master Arlen always made me run that obstacle course, though I hated it at the time.
as his body collapses, unconscious or dead. And we are out of combat.
You're out of
You
combat.
gotta work on those one-liners, Cal.
Well, it wasn't supposed to. It was actually a legitimate.
So
Try harder next time.
I also completely forgot to
Do the sleepy guy.
do Valen's turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but we dealt with it.
Yeah.
Wizard
It's
Command
okay,
is
he's a
dead. I'm not
coward,
gonna
we
deliver a
all know.
one-liner.
Do you want me to take care of the other one?
Really, 3.
So
more.
as you guys are coming out of this combat, I guess you technically could still be an initiative as you just.
I'm gonna search the bodies for evidence and/or keys.
Okay. Give me a investigation check.
Yeah, somebody else who's better at that could probably help me.
I will
We'll
help
check
him.
the 2 at the door.
Oh no!
Okay. So Cal, you're checking the body up top. You guys have about like 40 seconds before this guy wakes up.
It's 1 minute, yeah.
I asked
Oh.
again, do you want me
20
to take
rounds?
care of
That
him?
wasn't 20 rounds.
Scarlet, go ahead.
That was
Alternatively, you could just.
2 rounds, right? So that's 12 seconds. So yeah, so I guess he's 48 seconds until he wakes up.
Yeah, I could
Just,
All right.
just 8 more seconds.
find him and gag him and throw him over there.
Nah, that's too much effort.
You guys are so evil.
I'm gonna go.
No, I'm not. I'm trying.
What are you doing?
It doesn't matter if he's.
Scarlett, what are you doing?
I go up to the to the sleeping guy and just make short work of it.
No, wait! You do it. No, I'm not stopping you, but
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you slowly slice this man's throat, or this bandit's throat, Cal says, wait. But the deed is done.
You didn't have to.
As the man, as he was in this beautiful
You're
magic.
just gonna let him wake up
You bind him
We
and gag him
bind
and throw
him.
him over there.
so he can get out of it and go tell everybody else?
Not if we bind him with good knots.
Nuts can be undone.
And deaths cannot.
Yes, that's the point. Deaths can't. Thank you, Q.
Wiswick ignores the party and goes inside.
Okay.
I wouldn't just go through that door, man. What?
Yeah,
Hang on.
Timber.
So I rolled a
Yeah, you
20
wouldn't,
for searching.
but Wiswick will.
You got a 20 for the
Searching the
investigation.
bodies. Yeah, 19
Okay.
plus 1, baby.
7.
All right. So on the you find he's fairly they're fairly barren. They have some gold on them. So, Cal, you find 4 gold pieces and 15 silver pieces on the mage, as well as a component pouch that has several spell reagents in it. You do not find anything like a wizard book on him or anything like that. You do find a dagger hidden inside his jacket. It does have a very nice burgundy jacket. It's a little dirty, but it's well-made leather, long coat essentially.
I grab the
Then-
spell components and toss it to Wiswick.
Okay.
And
Okay,
Kieran.
I guess that happens before what I did. So
burgundy isn't my color, so.
Okay.
It looks
7.
pretty cool though. I might want it.
Okay. It's definitely too big for Wiswick, but you could definitely wear it, I guess, and drag it around behind you. Like a
You can
little
always
trail.
cut something. You can
Um,
always
You have a
shorten it,
tailor
You just
in the
can't
party.
lengthen.
All right, Kieran, on those bodies. So you find they have very simple leather armor. One has they both have short swords. One has a very small hide shield, but they're very loosely garbed, loosely armored. They're mostly just sort of the footmen of this bandit group. You find on each of them, I'd say in total, you find 33 silver, 12 copper.
Cool.
I'd like to go back for our horses, bring them up to this location, and hide them better. Maybe
Okay.
behind the whole thing, or yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely find a space sort
Yeah, I
of
just wanna-
between
I
the
just wanna hide
cliffside and the barrow where you can hide them a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um,
Off the road.
Wiswick, you're going inside.
Well, like I'm gonna examine the door briefly if there's any
So
runes on there.
the door is not. It's just an archway that leads into a circular room on the inside that has a central sort of column. It's very thick. You find there's several sort of tombs essentially laid around in the circle of the barrow, and then when you walk around the circle towards the back, there is a stone door there that has similar runic sigils on it.
I'm going to first investigate the current room with the tombs. I want to see if it bears any resemblance to the sacrificial circle that the Archdruid made. So perhaps like touching the cobblestones on the ground, like trying to like clear away some dirt, looking for any evidence of like magic without actually casting detect magic.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
While he's doing that, I'd like to look at the writing up on or if there's any discernible writing like over like naming this barrow. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, give me an investigation check. 27. So I mean, I'd say there's not really a lot of evidence of rituals or anything happening in this antechamber. I'd say as you're sort of investigating around and you come to the door again, you look at the runes and you just notice that they essentially are not in the same order as the one on the sheet you have.
Are they? I gently touch one of the runes and see if it's maneuverable. Like I touch one of the ones that I think are incorrect, and I try and adjust it.
Yeah, as soon as you bring your hand up, especially with your sort of already innate ability to manipulate magic, the rune seems to light up and come off of the stone. It sort of floats in the air beneath your finger and moves with your hand.
I play with it a little bit. I go woof, 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 and then I put it in the right spot.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, the sheet you found at this point, you can assume was probably given to this bandit captain to be able to come in here, to be able to manipulate these sigils. When you get them into the right formation, the stone of the door immediately starts to come down into the ground in front of you. This would be at the same time that Cal kind of completes his circle around, looking for a name of the barrow. You eventually, Cal. What did you get for your investigation?
3.
You do find words, but they are not in a language you know.
Ah, yes. Writing. Gross.
I need another
All right.
language book.
I do. Well, I haven't finished the first one. So the door starts to come down, and I'm going to stand next to Wiswick, like.
So it's immediately a dark, cavernous space. Essentially, that entire circular pillar was hollow, and it has stone steps that lead in a spiral downward.
I give my lantern to Cal, and I
I
say,
hold it over his head.
Yeah, this more your style? I know you didn't like those glasses.
I mean, I'd rather the light. Yes, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not. I'm not. Nah, I hate the goggles. I'll use the lantern. Thank you.
Would you like me to check if it's trapped?
It's probably not. I mean, the magic was probably the main defense, but...
I would like you to check if it's trapped, please.
I do have a spell for that.
Oh, how do you?
You
Okay.
could save... I mean, if you want to, but I can just look.
Okay, you look first.
All right, I will.
All right, give me an investigation check, Scarlet.
And by the way,
Dirty
Calla,
20.
Okay. So just sort of at the, I guess, the top of the steps leading down, you look and you can see down that it's completely pitch black, leading all the way down. I mean, you can see with your dark vision about 60 feet into it. The steps just seem like stone steps. There's no discernible pressure plates or tripwires in this space. You do not find any traps.
All right.
I hate
Well,
to bring it up, but is it a spiral staircase? How far can she see down?
Not very far. And you don't know how deep.
120 feet superior dark vision isn't going to make a difference.
I mean, you
is
can
it?
see 60 feet down, and there is like sort of a straight down aspect. I would say, I guess, with your 60 feet, you would be able to see the bottom, which appears to just sort of be a collection of water that's collected at the basin of this. Probably groundwater, leaking water that's come down. It's hard to see the actual steps going down because they're hugging in the walls. So you'd have to go all the way down to fully investigate it for sure.
Well, when we decide we want to go down, I want to be in front checking constantly.
Well, that's who wants to go first into the creepy tomb?
if we want to remain in the dark, as it were, I can give Calith some night vision for 10 minutes instead of alerting everyone to our presence with
I'd
the
like
light.
to take a short rest.
Guys, have you ever been in a rune before?
Are you saying rune or rune?
Rune!
In a room?
It's ruin. It's ruin this time. He's saying ruin. No, frankly, no. This is not my specialty. I think this would be yours.
Yeah, so let me go first.
And I huff down the stairs.
No, we wanted to.
Wait.
So
Let me go with you.
I'll go.
I
Yeah, I'll
imagine
go with him.
they'll just chase after the rascally gnome. So I guess you're huffing it down. All right. So Wiswick.
I'm
Yeah.
keeping an eye out. I'm not. I'm
Okay.
actually taking this slowly and cautiously.
All right,
I
so
am
give me
right
an
behind him.
give me
Can
an
we please
investigation
take
check
a
as
short
you go
rest?
down. They're already moving down there.
I
Short
know.
rest,
Yeah,
we
no.
just tried
I
to
say
run
this
it.
while they're moving down.
I imagine you're saying this as you are coming. Yeah.
Right.
Can I do another one? I'm right
Yeah,
behind
you can
him.
both do investigation checks, or someone with advantage.
I got a 13.
13.
Ooh. I got a 22.
Okay. So as you're moving down these steps, they are very carefully and slowly at your own pace. There are no pressure plates, no trip wires. You get down into the tight space, very still water. You can hear just sort of the little bits of water trickling down the stone walls, a few drips from the steps. As you look straight ahead, and there's a long hallway that is that has a low-lying mist on it that it goes down deeper.
Did Valen join us?
Yes. While you're going down, Valen was moving all the bodies and hiding them, and as you're all looking into this descending abyss, Valen comes down behind you, behind all of you. Shall we go deeper?
No, we shall take a rest before we do anything rash.
That's what she said.
So you're going to rest in this small alcove, or are you going back up to do that?
My vote is up top. I don't like this at all.
Wiswick wants to do something.
What does Wiswick want to do?
I'm gonna take my knife and I'm going to dip it in the water, and I'm gonna inspect the water, essentially, like smell it, see if it smells like anything that I recognize. Maybe like take a little bit and put it on his tongue to see if it's like poisonous or something. He just wants to see if there's any immediate threat coming from the liquid.
Okay. So as soon as you dip the dagger into the water, slowly the blade comes into it. Nothing happens. You bring the dagger up, and it just smells like really stale groundwater. Tasting it tastes very like heavy minerals, but it's just water that's drained here.
Well, it's not particularly dangerous. I can't say.
There's kind of like a basin there, and it's pretty dirty water, but you can see clearly at the bottom of it. It's just sort of like collapsed in stone. Like this was a well structured space, but now it's sort of all like cobbled up, and it's left this pool here that's just gathered.
Is there any other exits or entrances in the room we're in, near the water?
There's just one path down.
Into the water?
Oh no. It's so there's the water basin, and then it's stone. It's like sort of uprooted stone that's leading down at an angle. Not like a heavy slope. It's just leading down towards where I guess you could see it from here up ahead about 60 feet because of your dark vision is where it kind of splits into 3 different paths.
There's diverging paths up ahead. I think we need to continue exploring this.
No. I need to rest.
You stay in the back. It's okay. We can handle this.
Well, no, I think it might be time for a rest. Tim also thinks it might be time to end the show.
Yeah. So I'm imagining that you're just going to do things now. So Timber starts to move back up, I'm assuming, to go rest above.
Yep.
You don't want to rest down here.
Nope.
Others follow. To go take a short rest up above.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna make sure that Wiswick's. I'm gonna like be like, come on, man, give us 20 minutes up top, and then we'll come right back down here and stop. It's fresh.
An hour.
Yeah, but he tells Wiswick it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Wiswick, what are you doing?
Wiswick doesn't want to go. He's standing stern, and he looks up and he says,
Clayton, sometimes we have to stop playing D&D.
I imagine Wiswick
I'm kidding around.
Spend
Sorry.
the short rest up there. I can imagine you're gonna stay at least down here. Just keep an eye out.
Kieran will stay with them and to the rest of the party say, I'll make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble. You go rest above. We'll remain here.
But don't go any further.
Of course. The last thing we need.
Can I
is
at
to be
least send
ambushed.
Jet?
And split the party.
Of course.
That's what we'll do. A quick perception check for Jet, and that's where we'll end with that. But which path do you want to go down, Wiswick?
I will leave it up to him.
Okay.
Roll the
All right,
dice.
Time to roll a d4 minus 1.
No, dude. Okay, I was gonna say do d6. Divide by 2.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. That's better. Okay. So, Jet, I'm assuming you're gonna go into his. Oh no, you're letting him do it on his own. He goes
Well,
up.
I mean, like,
You'll
I go
look
in so I could see his eyes, but like, I just wanted it to be random. It was silly.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So the rest of you all go up, with your own frustrations. You find spaces to rest amongst the tombs. You can see there's little windows peeking out about 5 feet up. Sort of the roundedness has these little slats that you can see throughout. You find your space to take your short rest for an hour. Down below, Wiswick, Jet flies in and goes down the central path. Give me a perception check for him, or investigation if you want him to be looking more specifically.
I would say he's probably a perceptive thing. Yeah, he didn't roll very well. He got a 4
Is he
with advantage.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'd say that as soon as he flies in there, he gets sort of lost in the mist. How far in do you want him to go?
He has blind vision. I'd say I'd probably, if it's gonna be that deep, I'd give the edge of my sight from him. So that would be like 60 feet.
I thought it was 100 feet. Oh, like his, how far he can see.
Oh, well, no. 60 feet is his blind vision. Find familiar is 100 feet from you. You're right.
Okay.
Wait,
so
is that telepathical? Yeah, so I guess 100
for
feet.
you to be able to see through him. If he goes further, then you just can't see anymore. Or no, you can't. You just can't tell him what to do. Past 100 feet, you can still see, but you can't control him. Or at least that's how I play.
No, that should be correct.
Okay. So do
I
you want
think, yeah,
to
he's
just
just
go
gonna
to the
keep
edge of your
going.
control, or just keep going?
He's gonna go to my edge of my control. I don't know if it's gonna be more than 100 feet. That seems pretty ridiculous to me.
No, you can't control him past 100 feet, but you can still see. But anyway, so he goes in. He's kind of looking around. I mean, I know he didn't get a high perception, but he is looking around. The central cavern, the wall, it narrows pretty tight. The walls are kind of this. They almost look like they've been like hacked at. So where the walls have these like jutting, very fine blades almost coming out of them of stone. Not in this, very much like roofs, like ceiling spackle, where there's just that rough coarseness, but it's rock. And he notices it goes up much higher than the previous ceiling, maybe about 20 feet up, as opposed to the very low ceilings before that of like 7 feet. He's sort of looking up and distracted by that, kind of flutters in. It's about 20 feet into the room. The room is much larger in here. It seems like it's the main chamber of this of the underground part of this barrow. Suddenly, it goes completely dark as something has obscured his vision, and then you're cast out of him as he's snuffed out. It seems like something wrapped itself around him, and he was immediately snuffed out. And you sit there kind of coming back to your body in the cold of this chamber as you're staring down this singular path that splits, knowing that central path, something attacked Jet in there.
I look back at Kieran and say,
We're not safe here.
And that's where we'll end tonight. Thank you for those of you who stuck with us all the way to 10:30. Great turnout tonight. Thanks for everyone who participated. Might not be in the chat anymore, but we'll make sure that we communicate with. Yes, Gamer Inc. We'll make sure we get you that code. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight in Paradise. We'll see what lies beneath the barrows of tresses
Oh my goodness.
next week.
This music.
All right, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Night,
We
night.